I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mother told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while sizzling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one Chief Rock Knicks Universe. Your main man, Uncle Freezy. Welcome to the premier Knicks at Nighttime show, the Knicks at Night podcast. Y'all see what it is. It's me, and it is Cowboy Bob in the place to be. Cowboy Bob, what's good, brethren?
Salute. Trouble's in the building, you know that.
Yeah, what's good? Man, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, bro.
Well, there's a lot to talk about, but how you doing today before we start?
There's a lot to talk about, bro.
Yeah. How you feeling today, though?
Let me start off with this then. Let me start off with this. How you feel about the Mike Brown hire?
You know what you do? You're like Operation. You're like one of the people that just touch the piece and it just and you take it out. You're like, I got it. Like, even if it was going off, I think that's a cause for concern. Right. For me. Right. And I see a lot more than most people because I overanalyze and I overthink a lot of things. And salute to the chat. With Mike Brown, I have some quick points about it. To me, I feel with Tibbs' mentality, he was here for so long that people got comfortable. So when you look at how Brown is now with the practices, Brown is very detailed on practices and how he uses the players. So we're going from where practices wasn't that emphasized with Tibbs to where now you have to have that structure. So now we're putting more weight on the players. We're expecting more from them. And the minutes that everyone was getting in the games, I think is also going to wear down because of practices. You're not going to have the amount of energy you would on a light practice as you would if the way the coach is running it. So for me, I think Brown is a great addition, but we have also seen in the past that good coaches that have come here and it doesn't work. So for me, my concern is how is he going to implement these practices? How is he going to implement using players? How is he going to be as far as his tone? Because even last year, Bridges had a problem with Tibbs, and Tibbs got us to the EFC in over 20 years. Yeah. And everyone didn't like Tibbs. So for me, Mike Brown may come over here and be probably worse or even better for us. That's my cause for concern. I just feel he's got a lot of work to do, and we ain't got no time to play because we're all the guys we have now are in their prime. So I just, like I said, he's a great coach, but you could look at Phil Jackson. A lot of great coaches have come here and it did not work out and it ended bad.
Right. Yeah. It's interesting that you say it like that because it sounds like a lot of uncertainty here as compared to a lot of certainty, I guess, is the only word I can find. Like, you knew what Tibbs was going to do. You just hoped eventually it would work. With Mike Brown, we're kind of uncertain in his approach because this is the first time we've had a new coach in 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So how does that make you feel as a Knicks fan, though?
I mean,
not as an analyst, just as a Knicks fan.
I love it. I love the hire as a Knicks fan because I see, as a fan, what he did in Sacramento. I was a big fan of that. The way he made De'Aaron Fox clutch of the year, the way he made, you know how much I love Sabonis. He's one of the reasons why. I wanted, and I'm going to keep saying this, I wanted Sabonis before I knew we had a chance at Cat because of the pick and roll options that he was able to do. Now, if he could bring that style here, which is what I'm expecting, oh, we're good. But I don't think that Cat should be the screener. I think it should be more Mitchell. I think that we, like, the way he's going to use this team is what I'm more in question about. Because I know he has very good potential with how Fox and Sabonis is. I think he can run the system the same way with Brunson and Cat. And I think that's a plus for us.
Right. So you really like Sabonis' screen game.
The amount of how much spacing he gave Fox. Fox would get spacing and plus look at how Brunson is. Brunson has a good sidestep or a step back, like they call it. It's a step back, even though he could do it to the side as well. Because he could go side to side, back and forth with ease. With Brunson getting that spacing, he's going to get better looks and his three-pointers are going to go up. Even if he's not shooting it, the fact that he's in motion, I think that's going to help. And also, he also didn't have Fox bring up the ball a lot. So he had Fox hit it in the half court, which is what I've been saying since we had Brunson. I want Brunson in the half court offense because Brunson using half of his energy would be a lot more effective. So I love what he's done with Fox. I loved what he did with Sabonis because of the way they could operate within that spacing of screening. Now, when it comes to Cat and him, I think we have a better advantage because Cat can shoot the three ball better. Cat can also give you that long ball, and he could do the downhill that we've seen him doing, where he's coming from the three-point range in 2 steps. He's trying to dunk on everybody. So we can feed off of that, and I think that that's an advantage for Cat and Brunson. And plus, we have the better defenders now than he did when he was with the Kings.
Okay. All right. Just saying, bro. Hey, you talking that talk, bro. You talking that talk. You trying to get us excited. You know?
It's going to be dangerous because I'm telling you, the first 10 games, look at this screen navigate. I think he's going to use more OG as a sort of like a distraction. But I honestly think that the starting 5, and I'm going to say this, if he go this way, I'm going to love it. If he were to go Brunson, Bridges, OG, and everyone's like, oh, you mean Mitchell and Cat and Mitchell? That's perfect. I would love to see that for the first 5 minutes. But then you now lose that defense from Mitch. So for me, I don't want to see that. I actually want to see Mitch later in the games because if our offense falls off, we're going to need that defensive rim protector. You see what I'm saying? And that's going to be really what we need at that time because he could help the second team when OG's taking a break or when Bridges is taking a break. My 5 would be, and this is sad because I don't even know about McCullers Jr. Do we even have him? I would have loved to start him, but let's not talk about that. My 5 would be Brunson, Packham, Bridges, OG, Cat. Everybody's like, why are you putting Packham in there? The defense, hold up now. The defense Packham could do would help out Brunson with his defense on the defensive end. Packham also is a speedster downhill. So he could get down and hit those spots too, and he's also a good screener. So you can use him for the defensive liabilities that Brunson has. He can help out on that. And you also have Bridges that can also help out. So what you're going to end up having is a triangle defense, is my imagination. You would have Packham at the helm, and then you got your OG and Bridges down low, protecting the wings. I think that's very dangerous because what you're doing is you're opening up the floor for their offense, but at the same time, you're locking it down with good defense to where all 3 of those guys can cover that area.
What type of defense you think he's gonna run?
It's like, okay, so at the top, this is how I look at it.
I mean, because I got the gist of what you were saying about the defense, but are you looking at an aggressive ball attacking defense that forces line ball turnovers, or are you talking about a defense that's going to deny, and make the team put up a bad shot?
I'm going to say a little bit of both because of Brown's coaching ability. See, we're going to have the physicality with Packham at the top, pressuring the ball, being there. And then you got Bridges on the back end who could also mentor him and see what he's seeing. So it'll be Packham would be the first, point guard, Packham, that's you, son. And Bridges could be like, yo, come here. This is what I'm seeing. You're doing this, you're doing that. Same thing with OG. Now you got those two to back him up. You got pressure on the top of the key to where the 3-point presence that we didn't have against Indiana or anybody else is there. Because now you have a threat at defense with him. As well as on the back end, you got what we Bridges and OG, and we know how good they are. So for me, we're gonna have a defense that can attack hard at the wings, like put
Okay.
pressure on the 3-point shot, but as well it'll ease up rebounding for Cat because Cat would be doing one-on-one rebounding.
Right.
And we all like to see him grab that ball and throw it down court. Who's going to be on the other side? Brunson or Packham. They're going to be the ones leaking. And that's what you want. You want to get those fast transition points to where it's like that whole 7 seconds or less. It works, but it works better in turnovers because if guys are just running downhill and then come back, they can rest on defense. And they don't have to bring up the ball, worry about the offensive team. No, down there, they score quick, come back on defense. Your defense is already set. 1 or 2 players are just coming back. So now for me, that's the type of scheme I want to see from Brown. And I think that's how our defense is going to be. It's going to be a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But overall, it's going to be enough pressure to where you are making bad shot selections.
Right.
If you put Packham in there, because he has the height, he has the speed, he likes to learn, and he can shoot the 3-ball. I'm just saying, I think that's what you do. And then on your bench, we could talk about that later. But I want to use Packham because why did we draft him so early?
Amen.
I know that's your son. I'm just saying, let's throw him in there. I want
Yeah,
because I would have.
that's Freezy Jr., baby boy. That's Freezy Jr. That's Freezy. Cash, what's good, bro?
Hey, what's good? What's good? Salute,
Hey,
salute.
Cash, salute,
Man,
salute.
your
What's up?
microphone sound excellent, bro.
Yeah, I'm portable, so maybe because it's portable, it sounds better.
Oh, I don't, hey, man. Hey, it's good to have you here, man. How you been, brother?
Good, man. Good. Just chilling, taking it one day at a time, man.
Cowboy Bob was in here cooking, bro.
Yeah, I'm listening, man. I'm listening. I'm listening.
This, I'm telling you, if you really want to hear my plan of how we should play, we have the potential to be exactly where we were last year, and I'm more confident saying that this year as opposed to last year. But the
Right.
problem is if the player's going to respond to Brown in that way. Because I heard Cat say, "Oh, we got to figure him out. We got to." Nah, for me, if you my coach, I'm going, yo, me and you, we sitting down having dinner together. Like I'm not leaving your side. Like I want to know by the start of camp that what the game plan is. I wouldn't be saying that if I was Cat. So that gave me a little bit of cause of concern. So what you think?
Well, on what you just mentioned, I don't know if you watched 7 p.m. Brooklyn with Melo. Cat did sit down with Mike Brown for a
Mhm.
couple of hours. They had dinner together and were probably discussing the very things you just referenced. So hopefully, you know, the air is cleared and everybody's on the same page
Right.
because we all know what to expect, man. And I've already just went out on the limb and said it, man. That in June, I want to see everybody in New York, man,
Mm.
because we winning this thing.
Well,
We
now,
winning it.
well,
We winning it.
see
I'm
that
that confident. I'm pushing
Wow.
all my poker chips on the table, man.
this is
That's
the
right.
part where we get the disconnect
Wow.
because as good as we've become,
In June. If we win the championship, Cash, I'm not putting another shirt on until September.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. Just who's that? Who made some outrageous? It was Shaq recently talking about he'll walk butt naked if what was it? Oh man, he just said something crazy recently. I'm not going to go to that extent. I'm keeping my clothes on, but yeah, man, we winning this thing. That's all. It's just I'm just saying this with exuberant confidence.
mhm.
That's it, man. That the drought is going to end. It's our time, man.
But what also strengthens us also kills us because I'm saying, I remember when we were like 14 win teams, 40, 30 win teams, and we were saying, oh, we could beat these teams. We could make it if we just do. I understand that, but and our mentality changed thanks to Tibbs, my coach, Tibbs, former coach. I still love you. I still feel that there's still doubt because you need time. Remember, last year these players only played 1 year together last year, and they only played all five of their starters probably like 10 or 15 games because they were rotating through hurt. So there's so much knowledge that they got to learn. That's why I'm saying this year I don't think we can win it, but this year is like that year I was telling when I got laughed at Uncle Freezy and Dre when I was like, I think we could win 2 out of 3 championships with Brunson. I think this could be one of the years that we will show up and fall short, but then come back and like really start hitting them in the mouth because once players get a taste of the Eastern Conference Finals and then get to that finals, they're like, oh, I want that all the time. It's like a cowboy steak. You ain't got to get it with the
Okay.
bone. It's still a steak.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just cue this for you, man. And you looked at everything from a team perspective, and I can respect your opinion on that. And as far as us having, some that continuity and cohesion for a year, that was major. I mean, it got us to the Eastern Conference Finals. But when you look at the league right now, it's a lot of parity in the league.
Yep.
Have you taken note of the last, what was it? I think I know at least 5 years, maybe eight. Well, okay, what is it, 25? Okay, let's take the last 5 years, maybe not 8 years, of how many different champions of the league it was for the reason that it just clicked at the right time. And all I'm saying, in connection with everything that's being said, that it's our time now. It's our time. Think
Okay.
about it. It's there for the taking, man. It's there.
I,
It is there.
I'm going to say this.
Barring catastrophic injury, because that's a measure of control that nobody has. But if we're relatively healthy, why can't we win the chip, man?
Because the other teams
Why? Why
around us,
not?
there are 3 teams I think that are cause for concern, and it's not Boston. And I have to say Cleveland because they had the better record, even though that they have, they did some trades and they moved around some pieces. But to me, Cleveland is still number one. I could see us at the number 2 spot. But when you get to the 3 and 4, now this is where a lot of people are gonna hate me, and I'm telling you, you might lose some views. I think Atlanta is a dark horse. And I'm gonna say why. A lot of people don't realize how valuable Trey Young has been in the last season. The last season, he
Right.
has taken less shots and been more efficient. And on top of that, he's been more of a passer. And his defense on the defensive passing lanes, as well as being a disruptor, has gone up. Plus, with what they added with KP and the ball rotation, I think Atlanta is going to be a serious threat. Not to say that we can't beat them. I'm just saying when Trey had nothing, he brought them to the Eastern Conference Finals. So he's still there. So you thinking that Trey Young is gonna be he led the league in assists last year and he added talent in offense and he's not even the first option, but he's still gonna give you 20 to 24 points and he's still gonna give you 12 assists. That is dangerous. And the thing is for me, I just think that there's also you got the Magic with they got Desmond Bain now, an actual shooter that can actually help Franz and also help out Paulo Banchero to where when Paulo don't need to bring the ball up and Paulo's in the half court action where both Franz and Paulo are nasty at, I'm telling you, it's a lot that we just overlook. I believe we are the top 4 team in the East, and I do see us being 50, 52 to 56 wins. I'm not gonna argue that, but playoffs are a different animal. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
Right.
this is my thing with the Cavs. Now, mentally, we've beaten the Cavs. I mean, the Cavs have had that good record, and yeah, but look, they through all of what they through all of the success that they had last season with having the good record, so on and so forth, they still lost to Indiana. Indiana put it on them, and so our last direct you know direct series with Cleveland, we beat them. So I think mentally, that's in their heads. Now, as far as other teams that are a threat, you mentioned Atlanta. I would agree with you on that. But I would put, just my opinion, I would put Orlando as more of a threat than Atlanta for this reason. KP is gonna get hurt at some point
Yeah.
because he ain't always available. Let's keep it 100. Even though he was with Boston and Boston won the chip, he was just available at the right time that they needed him. That enabled them to get the chip. But when you look for the long haul for the season, he gonna get hurt at some point. It
Yep.
ain't a matter of if, it's a matter of when. The
Yeah.
best of it, So
I can
that's
rebuttal that.
why Atlanta, yes, but that Orlando, now that, and then and Milwaukee will be competitive with Giannis and with Turner and Philly, forget them.
All right,
Joel
can I just
Embiid, he,
Yeah.
they're not gonna make any noise. They're not gonna be making any noise. But it's our time though. It's our
all right,
time. We do, man. We long
real quick
overdue.
with Atlanta? I'm gonna go down the
The
line real quick.
basketball gods are gonna give us this one, man.
I'm gonna go down the
And
line real
and
quick.
and let me just say this. And then a lot of us can die happy, man. I know Knicks fans that are dead, man. They
Right.
waited. We still breathing. I know Knicks fans that have died, man, waiting for a championship. That's never happened. So yeah, we long overdue. Go
But
ahead, man. I'm
real
sorry.
quick with Atlanta though, if I'm not mistaken, they also got Zach Collins. And what is Zach Collins really good for as a backup? A
Oh,
screen
you
navigator.
like Zach Collins though?
And I do like Zach Collins. See, there you
You
go.
like Zach Collins?
I do like him because I said when we had an opportunity before he signed with San Antonio, we signed with them 2 years ago. I said we should have him as a backup because of his screen navigation. Now, think about it. You give Trey Young spacing. We see when Trey Young see a little bit of space, he beeline right to the basket. We know he could just get there and score quick, and he could get to his spot because we've seen him do it against us, especially when Bridges is on him. Bridges show a little bit of a he beelines it. So for me, it's not just KP. I think Atlanta, where Johnson, how he was averaging 3 steals over the season, like that's impressive. Like nobody talks about that. I think with the upgrades of actually having scorers around him, I even think that Zach Collins, being the vet that he is also going to be a very good pick and roll guy for him. Because you think about it, Zach Collins come on for 5 minutes, give him that space, and it's going to be a lot of dumps to the basket. And what people don't remember, like even if you look at how Trey Young's defense is, he's not under the basket getting those fouls. Like, remember how Brunson used to get the charges and Brunson used to stay under the basket, I think, when 2 years ago? And we were like, yo, what's Brunson doing down there getting these charges? We like it when he's further up at the top of the key. Trey ain't doing that. Trey's picking at the ball, cutting off lanes. He's giving you the chance to shoot, but he's not giving you that other option. He's like, oh, I'll let you shoot. So for me, the way that they can scheme us, they can beat us just like how Indiana beat us with that quick pressure, fast down court. But I do think we can beat Atlanta. Now the Magic, I do agree with you because I think the Magic they have one guy, They have what's his name? Dang, I forgot his name.
Franz
No, no,
Wagner,
not Wagner, the defender that plays like 20 minutes.
Banchero,
No, no,
and Desmond Bain.
no. He plays like 20 minutes. He's their center.
Who are you talking about? The Atlanta?
Oh, Wendell
No,
Carter
Magic.
Jr. Wendell Carter
Jonathan
Jr.
Isaac. Jonathan Isaac. There you go.
Oh, Jonathan Isaac.
Him with the defensive pressure that they have and the way they use him and their defense, I think is going to help out a lot. Plus, if we take Paolo out and we have him in there with Franz and we have him in there with Bain, that's going to give them what they need because when Franz is off the court, Magic have a negative, and Paolo has to do a lot more work as opposed to when Paolo is on the court and there's no Franz. It's like Paolo's on the court, it's a -10. I mean, a -10 without Franz. Franz on the court is like a -5 or a -4. But because they have Bane, that offense, that pressure that they're getting can help them out a lot. So for me, I'm saying I really agree with you with that. Like they could be out of Detroit this year, but I still think that there's a lot of ifs and maybes. We just need to. This one's a good ride. Don't get me wrong. It's like when you first get that Cadillac or you get that first BMW, you like, whew, this thing clean. And then you think about it and you see the first oil change, you like, oh damn, my oil
Yeah.
change went from $60 where I was paying for a Honda to 225. Then you start thinking like, I love the car though, it's still clean, but you know what I'm saying? You got to start being reasonable.
Well, look. Well, I'll just say this for somebody who. Anyway, luxury comes with a. If you have a luxury car, I ain't putting my personal business out there, but if you have a luxury car, it comes with a price tag.
Yep.
You know,
Hmm.
so that's how it is, man.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like we're there and we should enjoy this year because more of a surprise. Because technically, even though this is year two of this team, we still haven't finished the bench. Like for me, I don't know why we didn't resign Payne. Everyone's like, "Whoa, you're
Okay.
crazy." But Payne was
All right.
40% on pull up 3 pointers.
I'm gonna do this. This is what I'll do. If we win the title this year, you're gonna. I don't know if you drink. I do. You're gonna buy me
I
a
do.
drink.
I
Yeah.
will. McCullers or Jameson? Which one you want?
I don't
Don't matter.
know.
Well,
All right,
hold
you
up.
know what?
No, let me think
I'll
about. Let
say
me
this.
think about that. Got time to think
Wait,
about
hold on.
that.
I'll even
But
give you one
anyway,
better.
but
If
anyway,
the
this is this
Mhm.
this is a record
If the
because
Knicks
we,
win the if the Knicks
a
win
lot
the
of people are seeing this. Cowboy Bob is gonna buy DJ Cash a drink if we win the title. Freezy,
No,
yeah.
no,
you
no.
you 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 got you noted that, right?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna do something better. No, no, I was gonna upgrade it because instead of getting McCullers or Jameson, I'll buy you a bottle of Blue Label, and on the bottle it'll say, "As you stated, Knicks 2026 champs. You were right. I was wrong." I'll have that engraved on the bottle, so everyone knows it's from me. That I'll do because I don't care how much I spend. If we win, I'll go to broke in the bank if we win because it'll be perfect for me and my dad because we haven't seen that. But I'll buy you more than a drink. I'll buy you a Blue Label bottle.
Nah, bro, you got to get me Dom P
Oh nah,
2015.
see.
Yep. Yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
Dom P 20. Yeah, Dom P
man,
2015.
I was just gonna say some Sambuca because I haven't had that in years, man. I don't know if y'all
Ooh,
drink Sambuca, but
Nah,
yeah,
man,
it's been a minute.
but did this happen? Yo, you telling me you ain't saved up enough money in 50 years to buy a bottle of champagne? What
No,
is
I
it? That's
did.
like
That's what I'm
five
saying. I
oh
thought the
dollars.
me?
Blue Label would have been
Yeah.
good.
Oh
Or
no, I got stuff at the crib, man. I mean, I've gone to other countries. I've gone to other countries. I got some stuff, man. I got
yeah,
some stuff in the cabinet. I mean, I only you know
I just got
between that and the um as I guess let me see, how can I term this, the water. Now y'all don't know what that is. Well, anyway, I'll just say this, that back in the day, well, my family was known for moonshine.
mm-hmm.
So
fire
That
water.
danger.
so yeah, the fire water, yeah, the water,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And that's all I can say because I got to remember, man, I'm on a podcast. I can't be giving all the nuggets away. So
Nah,
I'm
Word.
gonna be quiet, right? I'm gonna be quiet. And if you want to know some more details, man, we have to do that off.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
yep.
again, like I said, if we win it, I'm not saying we don't have an opportunity. I'm saying this is the biggest opportunity we have in the last 25
So
years to win it.
Uncle Freeze is gonna find the location, man. Start
Okay.
scoping out the location, and we can all meet there. 'Cause I ain't that far from the city, and
Rapping.
hey, we meet up there, and that's it, man.
Okay. I'll do that. But I just, like I
Yep.
said, there's a
And I
lot
and
of
I'll buy
things.
and I'll buy you a drink anyway, man. I will buy you a
Perfect.
drink.
No problem. It's all
Yep.
love, man. We all family here.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. So
Yeah.
we on record. Oh, that's only
Right.
if we win the chip. We win the chip.
Yep.
Hey, it's all good, man.
I
It's
expect,
all
honestly,
good.
to tell you the truth, I expect us to be exactly where we were last year in the Eastern Conference Finals. Now it's up to them. Like I said, I've been saying it's up to them to prove it to me that they are a championship contender. We're not that even now. I still don't feel we are. Because we still have a lot of question marks. And the reason why everyone, like, for example, Prezi the boss, leave Payne at UPS. We just need to re-sign Shamit, damn it. I just got a question. What has Shamit done better than Payne? When anytime Payne was doing good with his 3-point shooting, when Payne was doing well in his 3-point shooting, like I said, he shot 40% off of pull-up threes. The system and the scheme that we kind of have with our offense is going to be a pick and roll system. And he plays better defense. But every time he got hot, and I remember Coach saying, "Oh, that's my boy, Chucky, Chucky." What would
Yeah.
happen? Tibbs will beep, and we won't see him again
He'll
for another
snatch
2,
him.
3
He'll snatch
weeks.
him. Yep. I think Cameron Payne was affected by Tibbs.
Exactly.
Now in terms of and this is for the chat. Y'all know I don't have anything against Landry Shamit's skill set, like a 3-point shooting defender that can score if the defense is spread out in their driving lanes. I would rather that person be 6'8" though, right? If you're 6'4" and under, I'd rather for you to have a very good handle that can get to the rim and do all those things. Landry Shamet is not that. Landry Shamet is a spot up shooter with limited, and when I say limited creation, I'm not saying no creation. I'm saying there is some some dribble creation there, right? But he's known for playing very hard and intense defense, even if whether it's effective or not. He's going to give you 100%, right? I would rather have a 6'8" person doing that in today's NBA, a person that'll be switchable, right? Against these exotic, the key to stopping exotic offenses is more exotic defenses. And the more weaponry you have to create exotic defenses, the better. But at the same time, you don't do, it's not like football where it's offense, defense, offense, defense. The same player that plays on offense has to also defend, right? So in my mind, I'm thinking, if not Ben Simmons, then I'm looking for somebody. I'm add more size because if you take into account Jalen Brunson is short for a point guard, Deuce McBride is short for a wing player, Josh Hart is short for a wing player, right? And to bring in Landry Shamet, who's short for a wing player, only means that we're doubling down on an existing, a ex-coach's formula to win that didn't win. And it's no knock on Tibbs. I'm not saying Tibbs is a bad guy, bad coach, bad whatever. I'm just saying if it didn't work under Tom Thibodeau and we complained about lineups and all these things, bringing back Landry Shamet only exacerbates what the previous coaching regime did, right? If we're to accept Mike Brown as the head coach, then I would say let's buy into a Mike Brown thing where he wants to play like guys that are 6'8", 6'9", big on-ball guys that are agile defensively and things of that sort, right? Like so Cash. I guess ultimately what I'm saying is I don't want to use the previous coach's formula on the new coach before he even gets a chance to coach his team. You feel me? You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I think, in agreeing with you, Freezy, that Ben Simmons would be a better fit. I mean, as much as Landry Shamet did, we appreciate it, and yeah, with the shooting and so forth. But when I look at what Ben Simmons brings to the table, he brings something that fits better than what Landry Shamet can offer.
Right.
Point number one, Ben Simmons can handle the ball.
Right.
That takes pressure off of Brunson.
He'll be the best ball handler we have if we sign him.
Yeah. And he can handle pressure in handling the ball. He's already proven that.
He wants you to pressure him. Ben Simmons wants you
and he's an excellent passer.
Yep. Because if you pressure Ben Simmons at 85 feet with a guy his size, he gonna beat that dude down the floor and create a dunk for Mitchell Robinson or a three for
and
Brunson.
Yep. And number two, he can, and this is what makes him similar actually to Josh Hart. He can grab the rebound, bring it down court with his ball handling and vision. You know, we talked about playing faster and getting buckets before the defense. He can do that.
Right.
Point
I'm
number
worried
three.
about.
Point number three. He can defend. No one has
But,
questioned his defensive acumen. Now, those are three
but I
incentives.
can't hear you.
Cons. His cons. One, his availability, because for some reason he's always been unavailable. But the fact that he's not going to be starting more than likely, that will be helpful. Hopefully, it will temper that.
Well, Cash,
Uh,
he had an undiagnosed back injury, and
mhm.
they fixed it at the end of 2020. They fixed it at the end of, I think they fixed it last summer. And but for all the games he missed this year, he was playing to knock the rust off his game. But I
Mhm.
think typically what you should expect from Ben Simmons is what you saw with the Clippers. Like the Clippers version of Ben Simmons, like limited minutes and very high production. It's like
Yeah, yeah,
you hit a $2 scratch off for like $800. Like
that's it.
you can't beat that return on investment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean you
that's
can,
it.
not likely. You know what I'm saying?
And unlike the Nets that was paying him 40 million, God, I take that any day. And the other thing, the last con I would say on Simmons, you got to get him to buy in his mental
Yeah.
because
That's what
and
I was gonna.
that could be a challenge.
What's the difference between Ben Simmons and Josh? Is Hart. That's exactly what I was gonna say. You know, Josh Hart is gonna be that dog for you, game in,
And
day
about
out.
6 inches, and athleticism, and court
Hmm.
vision, and
No, I'm not.
speed.
Wait, hold on. But you know, Ben Simmons is the better player as far as everything y'all been saying. Height, better passer, better everything. But what would you rather have? Would you rather have the car that breaks down all the time, or something that's reliable and it's okay? It may not look as good as the Jaguar, that Bentley, but you know it's a Ford F-150 or a Chevy pickup. You know it's reliable. You see what I'm saying? So for us, I think we need reliability because it creates a consistency in the coaching of what the coaching wants to do. So for me, I would love to have Ben Simmons. Like if we had Ben Simmons on the Clippers, how he was, and we had him for like 10 to 12 minutes, I think it would help out McBride. I think it would help out a lot of our team. But we'd have to get rid of Josh Hart.
You ever think of Ben Simmons being on the second unit? He could be on the second unit with a McBride, Jordan Clarkson, Hart, Mitchell Robinson. You know, it depends on how you want to play with the lineup or whatever.
Right. Yep.
They, that's some good depth, man. Going against top teams night in and night out.
But I would
I'm
rather
taking that, man.
One of the things
you
that,
would have
that
to
I
get
was
rid of
going
Hart.
to ask y'all to focus on too, or maybe consider, not focus on, but I'll say this as an appeal to you guys' sensibilities for consideration. In my appeal, I'm going to state to you that the Knicks don't need a bunch of pieces. If you can envision where I'm going with it, I think Cat and Jalen Brunson can win you the NBA title. What they need is guys to help them on the journey to get to the NBA Finals. Because once they get there, Cat is a unicorn. Jalen Brunson is, I don't want to call him a unicorn, but he's different. He's a white tiger, right? Right. So the thing is though, getting to the NBA Finals is tough. You saw it this year. You saw it. You everybody with every true hoop head, right? Every true hoop head knows that there was a series of great decisions and bad decisions this year in the playoffs for the Knicks. The great decisions paid off. Like when we started going to Carl Anthony Towns against the Pistons, and Cat started hitting those shots. You remember the reverse fadeaway he hit on the baseline over Jalen Duren, where the shot went over the top of the backboard? You remember that? And it broke Detroit back, and they were still scuffling because Detroit is a team with a lot of heart. But when Cat got that pass from OG Anunoby, pump fake and did the Euro slide step into a 3-point dagger over Jalen Duren, when you saw the Pistons call timeout, you saw all the Pistons walking back to the bench with their head down, right? Right? Because they did everything they were supposed to do on defense, and Cat stepped up and hit a clutch shot against them. And these things happen, right? It's going to happen to us this year. We're going to do everything we're supposed to do, and the opposing team is going to make a great play. These things happen. We know this, right? But what I would do as I appeal to your sensibilities and ask for consideration is that can we consider that maybe this team has all the pieces, maybe has a better decision maker in real time, right? And all we need to do is have players, whether it's Mitchell Robinson, Ben Simmons, Landry Shamet, um, Tyler Kolek, OG, Bridges, Josh, or whoever or whomever, if they could step up and help us get to the pinnacle, if they can step up and help us get to the top, we have the guys that can get us over the hump and win an NBA title. That's what I want to put out on the table for you guys as consideration.
I think we have to. We're kind of nitpicking because if we use the younger guys, I think we have those pieces we can rely on to where we don't have to go out and overdo. Like for example, y'all know how I like Ariel. That's my guy. I think he's a great
You like
backup
her?
to
Oh,
Mitchell.
now you like Ariel Hukporty.
Come on, really? I've always liked them. But him, I think he's amazing. I think that him being a backup and doing what he has to do as a rim protector screen, I think it's an advantage. Now, when you look at Packham, when you look at Tyler Kolek, like we have and even McCullers Jr., we have a lot of young talent that we need to use. I want to see what McCullers could bring. I want to see what Packham could bring. And I think we get them out early and see what they're capable of. That way, after 20 games, we can formulate on how to use them throughout the season. But I just think right now, like with the second team, I think we're pretty much set because you got Clarkson, McBride, Hart. I think Mitchell should be coming off the bench in my eyes, just because of his durability. I need him off the bench. And then you gotta you look at those four guys right there. I really think that you got something. And then especially if Tyler Kolek would dribble straight up as opposed to bending down, I think that could help him out too. But I think we have the talent and the guys on the bench now to actually step up. And Yamaselli, sorry, I forgot about him too. That's the five. That's gonna be crazy. Because now you look at it, we didn't even talk about the 12th man and the 11th man is most likely gonna be Ariel and Tyler Kolek. And if they're sitting on the bench learning and being used, I think that they will pick up enough to where 2 minute runs, 3 minute runs, where we're resting guys, they could hold it down. Because we've seen Ariel do it for that 10-game stretch until he got hurt. Because that 10-game stretch, he was doing really good at center, then got hurt. And I think Tyler Kolek just needs more time to develop. And I think this is why I keep saying, if we can do all of this stuff within this year, we're a team ready now. So with what we have, I think we're set for it. It's just they got to put in the work, and the amount of work they have to do is going to be a lot because you're not skipping out on practices or doing light works anymore. You're doing all of that. Like now is the time to be digging in, and not everyone reacts the same. Think about it. Some people don't do well with more work. Like look at Josh Hart. Last year we were talking about how Josh Hart, if he would incorporate his 3-point shot, if he could incorporate his shot selection and everything. And even Dre
Shoot
said
the
it. Dre
ball,
said
Josh.
yeah, yeah. But like we was talking about how he can incorporate his offense to help us out. But even Dre quoted him and said when he's done with the workouts and everything, he's too tired to work on his 3-point shots. Even Brunson said it. Yo, if you work on your shot, if you do this, he's like, I'm too tired from what I do. So we have to find someone else that could take up that spot. And I think that if the workload is there, we just have to figure out whose responsibility is what. with this new regime, like you said earlier. Like I think we need to find out what that is, and then we can move forward. And then we're a championship team.
Okay.
When I think of everything you just mentioned, I always, as Uncle Freezy always refer to chess. And in chess, certain pieces move in certain directions, have certain characteristics, and each piece is, there's a different measure of value of each piece. But as a combined unit or as a board on the chessboard, you're strategically moving for a for a certain purpose to achieve a certain objective. And so each piece moves differently.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, Josh Hart was at times, let's say, a knight, and he was trying to move as a bishop.
Yeah.
You can't move a knight like you move a bishop. They move differently,
Yeah.
but in cohesion and with symmetry.
Right.
But the point of the matter is to get the checkmate, is to get the king. Sometimes, some sacrifices are made, a couple of nights. I mean, Uncle Freezer, you know the game of chess and how it's played. You're gonna lose some pieces, this, that, or whatever.
Things happen.
But every piece is valuable. Even you mentioned like Huckporty or these other ones, the pawns, because sometimes it's the pawns that set that king up.
Right.
And the pawn can also protect the queen because if the queen's in position, you can't. You know what I'm saying? You can have a pawn on that right side. Like you know how you play chess, you have the queen right in front, and then right next to it, to the right or the left, it would be a pawn. Now what are you gonna do? That's checkmate in most places. That's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. You use your pieces efficiently, and I agree with you. Once we get that chemistry down, we're dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, y'all cooking tonight, bro. Y'all
It,
cooking
it,
tonight, man.
it just hurts
Yeah.
because we have a 12-man roster. And I'm not even talking about. I didn't even add McCullers in it. Like I don't even know what's wrong. Why aren't we getting him? He was supposed to be one of the defensive type players that we need. I want to see him.
Well,
He
the
was hurt.
thing with well, okay, the thing with McCullough is he was injured, man, and he just really getting his legs back, getting back, trying to get his rhythm and stuff, man.
Yeah.
I want to throw the ball out because here's the thing: if he goes out and does good, but we don't have a real use for him, we could do what we did with Quickly. We could do what we did with RJ. Use him as trade bait. Get a different player in here, or get him
Right.
to where we can get a draft pick
Right.
and help out the team. So I want to see what
Oof.
he's capable of
Who are you getting
because
though?
he got a lot of. See, that's the thing. I got to see where the team is at because here's the thing.
Your mic went out? Is it your mic went out or is it me?
Nah, can you hear me? Hold on.
It sounded like your mic just got low. Is that me?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
it probably was my
I have
headphones.
a mixer up here, and your
Hmm.
green line wasn't moving when you was talking.
Yeah, probably my headphones went out. they
Okay.
they probably died. But no, it was like I was saying, like we could get value for him. We don't have to get another player. We could just get a draft pick, and we could get some money off the books because I feel McCullers has potential. May not be with us, but we can upgrade to get maybe a big at the time if we need it, or maybe another wing. It depends on how we are down the road. But I think
That's where I'm disagreeing with you at.
okay,
Right. And so I'm disagreeing not because I think the point is bad. I'm disagreeing because I have faith in Ariel Hookworthy and James Najee.
I
Like
forgot about
why would you want huh?
Najee. You right.
Like why would I trade McCullough for big depth when I feel like at some point Hookworthy and McCullough, I feel like our big rotation is gonna be Cat, Mitch, Najee, and Porty. I feel like that's the for the next 3 to 5 years. I think that's going to be our big man rotation, right? And so I don't know if I would trade McCullough for quality big depth. Um, I think maybe our shortcoming is maybe wing depth. And if McCullough is a wing, why would we trade it?
Because like you said earlier, if we could get a taller wing player that is better, maybe.
Oh, a better fit. Okay.
Yeah, like a better fit. Because that's the thing, we don't know what he's capable of. He can come out and be all defense and actually help us, or he could be an actual offensive threat. That's why I said we got to see where he fits in. And if he is a wing, it'll be perfect for us because no one else in the league actually seen him play last year because he
Okay.
didn't play because of injury. So he has value in that. But for me, I just want to see what he's capable of to see where he fits. But
Okay.
you're right though. I would probably, if anything, if we were gonna trade McCullers, I'd probably trade for like ball handling guard or pretty much like someone mid season that could help us out. Like I hate using this as an example, but someone that could push us over the edge. Like we see
Right.
Brunson struggling, bringing up the ball. Now we get a guard that actually is a ball handler. I'm not saying Trey Jones or anything like that, but like a legit ball handler. And we're like, yo, we actually look good. So for me, I value what we have because even look at what you said. We got 13 players right there that
Right.
that are guaranteeing to help this team push the envelope. I think we're ready, but we just got to see it come together.
Okay. Okay. Duly noted. Duly noted. I'm kind of. I think I'm kind of with you. Yo, Li1 is in the building. Ribs is in the building. Salute.
Salute.
Prezi in the building. There are a lot of scenarios though, like um um in this situation that you mentioned. There are a lot of scenarios. I know having quality that I don't agree that necessarily agree that we should trade the kids, but if there is a decided and obvious gap in our rotation, I do understand where a Knicks fan could say, you know what, let's trade some of this young depth that we have in order to add a piece. Now, with that said, am I a fan of trading Tyler Kolek? No. Am I a fan of trading McCullough? No. But if there's a gap and the gap pushes us to the NBA title, then I'd be okay with it. Now, am I going to hunt for a trade? Nah. But if the trade is obvious, if it's obviously going to help us, then I absolutely would be okay with it. But by the way the roster is constructed, I don't know if we, for instance, I think Yabusele is probably a great fit next to Mitchell Robinson and Carl Anthony Towns.
That is
Right.
facts.
I don't know if he gets enough conversation in our Knicks spaces about being a quality contributor, especially if you're thinking that Carl Anthony Towns can play some jumbo wing minutes, right? And you can do that with Yabusele, you know what I'm saying, and or Mitch, or can Yabusele stretch the floor when Mitchell Robinson is out? There are a lot of pieces that we have that since we haven't seen it, I don't know if we're comfortable with talking about it. But what I will say is I feel the Knicks are in a better place today than they were when the season ended. And that's a mighty big statement to make, seeing that the Knicks were in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Facts. There's a lot. I agree with you exactly how you put it so eloquently. I agree with that because for me, I think that the talent we have, we just gotta let it grow. Like you can't keep watering a plant and expecting it to grow by tomorrow. You know,
Yeah.
I think we got a lot of potential, and I want to see how our coach Brown actually is going to break it down. Because remember, I've been saying it with Tibbs. The only issue I have with Tibbs is he doesn't develop like once he gets his guys. He's not going to incorporate the rookies or new guys into that system. Like you got to work for it to where he's like, all right, I have no choice. But with Brown will bench you if you start messing up his shots. Because I've seen him do it to Fox. Fox's shot was off. Hey, Monk, come in real quick. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, so for me, I know he could be a disciplinary, but I just want to see how is it all going to work together. This team is highly potential, highly good at what we can do. I'm just more worried about, do we have the patience as Knicks fans? It's been 50 years, over 50 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everyone's going to probably, if we don't make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, Mike Brown is bad, blah, blah, blah. Like, I think we should give him a chance because what he did in Sacramento, what he did everywhere he went, he was one of those coaches that was making impacts on both offense and defense. A lot of people don't realize he helped them out a lot on defense. The way he was using Fox as a defender, the way he was using certain players. I'm not saying throughout the season or the game. I'm saying in certain moments you will see Fox get a turnover because of certain things Brown implicated.
Right.
And I value Brown as a coach, but I hope the players are listening to what he's saying and comprehend, because like I said, you go from a coach who was 5 years, hey, do it my way or we're not gonna do nothing, to where you got somebody like, boy, I can make you better if you listen, but if you ain't listening, I'll put someone else in your spot. Because that's
Yeah.
the thing number one thing Tibbs had was, if you're my boy, you're my dude, I'm gonna play you. I'm gonna let you work. I trust you. Like, look what he did with Josh Hart. He trusted him. So now Josh Hart have one of his bad games. Brown would be like, yo, bring somebody else in here. Yabusele, give me
I
somebody else.
like that though, bro. I like
I
that
do
though.
too. But I'm
I
just
like not the tinkering to the extreme, right? Like I know Mike Brown. I know Mike Brown can tinker, bro. Like Mike Brown is a tinkerer, right? But um, I think we're going from one extreme to the other, going from a dude that would not adjust under any circumstances to a guy that's an obsessive, compulsive tinkerer.
it's still the devil, like they say. It's better to deal with the devil you know than the one you don't. It's still a devil, so
Right?
it ain't,
Yeah.
you still gonna be going up against some type of turmoil or some type of challenge. But I think it's a great challenge because now players don't have that comfortability to be like, I'll make it up the next game, like they did with Tibbs. Because I think a lot of them would say that, like, all right, I didn't do this game, but then next game come out and do better. With Brown, it's either now or never. Like, I value that.
Right. Facts. I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
I
I'm
want to
with you.
see. I really want to see how Brunson plays this year. Ooh, I think he gonna be nasty.
I
Like,
think this might be the best version of Brunson. Yeah, I
yes,
think Brunson should be in the conversation for MVP.
yes, you brought it right to where I was gonna go. Top 5 MVP, because I'm gonna say this. 2 years ago, when he was having that great end of the season and he got like top 5 votes for MVP with Tibbs, with a guy like Brown, the way he opened up the offense. And here's the thing, he was Mr. Clutch just like Fox without him. So he's
Right.
already going to be a clutch player. You already know we're going to use him in the fourth. So while everyone else is eating, Brunson's going to slowly sneak up. I'm not saying Brunson's going to average, 35 and outscore Shea and be like and Luka and all. No, I'm just going to say he's going to be highly efficient. He'll probably give us like 28, 30 points a game, but it's going to be like 40%, like 42% from three, maybe like a 48% from field goal range, because if you're shooting 50, 40, 90, everyone's like, oh, he's KD. No, I'm not saying that, but I think he's gonna do similar
That's
numbers
not a
to,
bad assessment, though.
yeah, because I'm telling you, the spacing is gonna be wide open for him. He's gonna
I
be
think,
way more.
and it's. I think what we forget about is the horizontal spacing. I think the horizontal spacing is going to be clutch.
Mm-hmm. that, that
Right.
that's why I said I think he's gonna be nasty. Brunson's gonna be. We're gonna see more passing from him, because we're gonna see that things like with that much spacing, he's just gonna be like, oh, here you go, here you go. And I'm not saying he's gonna average like 8 or 9 assists, but I'm saying his passes are gonna be there. We're gonna see him be more comfortable. Like, remember the game where he didn't miss at the end of the half? Like, that first half he was doing good, and then he
Yeah.
didn't miss at all after that. I think he'll be like in that zone. Not saying he's not gonna miss or anything. I'm just saying he's gonna look that comfortable the way he did in that game throughout the season, and that's a danger for anybody. because Brunson, not only is he clutch, but that dude can do so much damage to where we've seen it. We've seen him carry this team without help. We've seen him carry this team with help. Now you're gonna get a balance of that. Brunson's gonna be top 5 in MVP talks. Watch.
Okay. I think I'm with you, bro.
And I love it too because that I like Brunson. I didn't know he was this. Like when we signed him, I was like, I think he'll be, an all-star. You were the one who was like, I don't think he is. I think he's a megastar. And you had those eyes. I was like, what is he
Yeah,
seeing?
I think Brunson has the potential to be a megastar for sure.
Yeah, but you were saying that from day one when we signed him. You said that, and I was like, I could see him as a superstar, not a megastar. But now with Brown and how the spacing is, I think you were onto something. Like he gonna be one of them ones.
Right. Yeah. Man, this is a lot, man. This is a lot, bro. I'm thinking I'm just thinking out I'm just thinking internally like, man, this season might turn out to be amazing, bro. Like this season might turn out to be amazing. Fritz Alcendo's in the building. Salute.
Salute.
I think Fritz, are you a night owl, bro? And I'm asking Fritz, are you a night owl? Oh, maybe he not. Oh, maybe he is. Okay. All right. Because yeah, man. Salute to Fritz Alcenda. Hey, yeah, man. You make a lot of excellent points, man. I'm thinking like to myself, like I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know if I'm thinking that far. I don't know if I'm thinking that far ahead. I'm thinking about the basic stuff. Yeah, I'm thinking about like the basic stuff, like what's the defense going to look like? I think the defense is going to be a top-notch defense.
I agree.
That's just my thoughts on it. Just little stuff like the way you coach defense is going to mean a lot, right? Like it's going to be like the difference between. Are you a fan of NFL football?
Not really.
Okay. Well, there was a time when the Giants, the New York Football Giants, had on their defensive coaching staff, they had Marty Schottenheimer, Bill Belichick, and Bill Cowher.
Oh,
and
dang.
they were all under Bill Parcells, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like think about it, so you got Bill Parcells as the defensive coordinator, then you have Marty Schottenheimer under him, and then Belichick as your linebackers coach, and Bill Cowher, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And the thing is, when all of them went to their prospective coaching destinations, I think all four of those guys won a Super Bowl except for Schottenheimer, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in their 3-4 defensive scheme that they ran with Bill Parcells, right? They all coached it different. Like they legitimately all coached it different. Like Bill Parcells was definitely linebacker heavy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in New England, there was a less of an emphasis on the linebacker play. I mean, they still had great linebacker play now. I'm not saying that they didn't. But Bill Parcells' defense was more about setting the edge and having big guys like Vince Wilfork and Richard Seymour to be the anchor of a defense getting pressure and stopping the run, forcing you to pass, and then blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
While Marty Schottenheimer taught the same scheme differently. And so basically what I'm saying is I think when Mike Brown gets here, he's going to use the same defensive pieces, but in a different, more modern way.
Great.
Right? Like instead of having Mikal Bridges navigate 115 screens per night and then wonder why his shot is not going, right? You'll see Mikal Bridges play on the wing defensively more, right? And then have maybe Deuce McBride and others be the point of attack defender, which makes sense because they're built for point of attack defense.
Mm-hmm.
And then the switching in turn that you get from, your wing players defending wings, because Mikal Bridges is a wing player. People want to call him a shooting guard. He's not. People want to call OG Anunoby things like power forward. He's not. Right? He's legitimately in the modern NBA a wing player. Remember traditional center and power forward played in tandem, right? Right. Remember that, like, they legit played in tandem. That's why James Worthy with the Lakers could get out and run in transition, because even though he had played center at North Carolina or power forward at North Carolina with the Lakers, he played small forward because the Lakers legitimately had your AC Greens, your Kurt Rambuses, your all of these different guys. And plus, James Worthy was not a better center than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, right? He know he wasn't going to go there and play center, right? But so ultimately what I'm saying is if you think about how you use, and Cash was here, and I wanted to talk to Cash about it, but if ultimately the way that you play, right, defense with these guys, like if Mitch is super nimble at center, OG is not simple, but very nimble on the wing. Bridges is very nimble on the wing. Josh is very Coach is in the building. Salute, Coach. What's good, man? Let me put the thing out there for Coach. So, but the way that you coach the defense is gonna be the way that the Knicks improve defensively. Like you legit go from being Bridges, you gotta get across these screens, and OG, you gotta stop Tatum and play center field and rebound and stay healthy.
What's up, brother?
What's up, man? Miss you, man.
You on that
Dude, I
carnivore
miss you
diet,
too.
bro?
I'm at Ace diet. All you can eat.
Oh, I get
it.
Dude, when you sent me the time, I'm Texas time now. It's still not. I've been an East Coast guy for so long.
Right.
I just sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, it's my last day of work for the week. I popped a gummy, gummy bears. Yeah. It was a family show. But and then I'm like, it's 11:30. I'm like, oh my God, it's not the right 11:30.
They've been rocking for an hour.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I was lost in a new track I've been. It's a rap hip hop track, and it's pretty fire. If you go on Echo and Essence, I wouldn't mind putting up on the screen and showing you what I'm in the middle of, sometime this weekend or something, whatever we do it.
We'll figure it out, no doubt.
I'm sorry to mess up the flow. What you got going on? I heard you were saying something about Mitch and being an athlete.
The way defense is taught, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, the way that defense is taught, it's kind of like when, in my opinion, I think this is what's going to happen, right? Instead of us not pressuring the ball up the floor, like letting the guard smoke a cigarette up the floor and call out the set that they want, see who's there, and then call out the play in that set. I think we're going to press the ball.
Eat a coney dog on the way.
Yep. And then and then we're going to disguise our defense. We're going to make the defense look because if you can imagine what a guard sees 80 feet away from the rim, right? Like if he sees Cat up top and OG up top and Bridges and whoever on the boxes, by the time he crosses the thing, he thinks one thing. He's like, okay, they're gonna blitz our pick and roll, right? So he calls the plays to put shooters in the corner with help up top from screeners, and then we get back in a traditional press man to man where the shooters have a defender within arm's reach of them. He called the wrong play. Right now, he's got to run a pick and roll to create a mismatch. The whole time, the clock is tick, 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 tick. And now the other team, after they pass the ball around looking for a mismatch, now they have to force somebody to go one-on-one against an elite defender like OG, Mitch, or Bridges.
Yep.
Right. So it's the way that you teach the defense and your perspective on it. Because when Tibbs was here, we not sending nobody because we didn't have enough depth to press the ball all game, right? Or we didn't feel as if we had enough depth to press the ball all game long, like most NBA teams do. So we didn't use it, right? You can't use Jalen Brunson to press the ball all the way up the floor and then ask him to run your offense.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Or you can't ask Deuce to press the ball all the way up the floor and then depend on Cameron Payne and Landry Shamet to be the second unit offense.
Especially when they playing, because usually those teams that press a lot, like the OKCs and the Detroits, and their starters don't average 36 to 38 minutes either.
Indeed.
Indeed. They got guys to spread the wealth on that.
Right. Yeah.
And what better time than with a new coach and all these red shirt rookies we got who didn't play a lick. That's something that's ingrained in them young ones, especially the ones that play college ball.
Right.
That's like every college in America presses at least, quarter of the game in some moment or another,
Right. Yeah.
So it's already ingrained in our young ones to press. So let's see who. I know that some of them are athletic enough to stay with dudes like Lacombe, and that's just it. When we say, they weren't good enough to play last year, well, you don't know that.
You don't know that, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't know that.
I think the defense, you brought up OKC, and I value that, but I think our defensive scheme is going to be similar to that. We're not going to have the on-ball defenders like they do with Alex Caruso or Lou Dort with that up-court one-on-one pressure. But we do have the better wing support in Bridges and OG, and then you even look at how that looks already with Cat in the middle just floating around. Cat having movement on defense is very dangerous, and most people don't really see that. See, where Cat gets stagnant and he's relaxed on defense, he gets beat a lot. And it's not because of his inability to move or anything. It's just that you could beat him off the dribble a lot better than when he's in motion.
Right.
So with our defensive setup, I think that's one of the best things we could do, because now we could get McBride to come off the bench, have him be focused on the front line defender. Hey, once that ball passes half court, Brown's also good with that as well, half court defense, especially with traps and rotations. Now you can have McBride hitting that court, half court, ready to stop the guy, and then you got the two guys looking in the back trying to read the defense like Ed Reed and you know what I'm saying, just sitting back there like, oh, we can see this passing lane, we can see that, and then they come back and communicate, which was another thing last year we didn't do, or the previous year before that. The communication is key between those two. So with our defensive scheme, I think we're set, but the communication has to be from Bridges and OG. Let them run the defense and let Brown sit them down and try to figure out how this could work, because to be honest with you, I would rather prefer Bridges not fight through screens, but delay from screens. Like, he get that screen, he can delay, and when he turns his head, he could actually see if there's going to be a cut, if he could see anything, and he could call it out. That also can help. So for us, we have a lot of advantages on defense, and I think Brown is going to exploit the advantages of Bridges. And I think he should be the primary ball handler once we get half court to then swing the ball to Brunson, then start off with the setups of screens and pick and rolls and constant motion. That's all we really need, the communication and constant motion on defense and offense, and we'll be better. Sorry, I said a lot.
I'm sorry. And when you were talking pressure, Freezy, that forces teams into early offense. Like especially like teams like us, the way we ran things when we were pressured, we were a team that didn't have enough ball handlers,
right,
and guys that bring the ball to the court. That's when we got exposed. As far as, even though we didn't have turnovers, our turnover percentage wasn't that bad during the year. But in the playoffs, it got bad when the team started putting pressure on us.
Right.
So in turn, you look at other teams, and we can apply that kind of pressure to other teams. Like, Minnesota's a team. I watch them a lot in the playoffs. They're the same way. You pressure them, they turn the ball over more than we do.
Yeah.
And so like that's why it's one of those lost arts in the NBA. Just a good ball handler. Pause. Like it used to be an untalked about thing that every guard or point guard on your team you knew had handles back in the day. That was part of the package.
That was a part of it.
You know what I'm saying? That's like part of the coming up with the fundamentals. Everyone worked on their handles. Then this happens in a lot of sports. Just a lot of specialization going on. And they tend to hone in on a certain ability that maybe a player's got, and they hone that skill too much, and they forget about the little things sometimes.
Right. Right.
I think that's how guys like, let's face it, guys like
Josh Hart.
Josh Hart is an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
He's physically an athlete. He gets by. Most of the things he does on the court are because he's hustles and he's an athlete.
Yep.
It's not because he's got amazing skills, So, and same thing with Mitch. Mitch was, for his size, was an amazing athlete. That's how he barely played or didn't even play college and hardly any high school. And was good, still draftable because of his athleticism. But he lacks a lot of those offensive skills and things that when you come up learning all the skills, you have those things. Same with like OG Anunoby.
Right.
Like he's a genetic and athletic freak for his size. Someone, for some reason, when he came up, he didn't work on his handles or something. I don't know. I don't know what it was.
OG Anunoby is legit is my spirit animal. I love OG Anunoby and I love Mitch. I ain't gonna lie. Like if you ask now, and if you ask me about my cat meter, Fritz, what's good, bro?
Fritz. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, Fritz?
Fritz, I have a new name. I have a new name suggestion for your show.
Oh, what's that?
You ready for it?
What's that?
You ready? You ready to hear it?
Yep.
Fritz and Grits. Fritz and Grits.
Putting on the Fritz.
That's funny.
Right. So the way I take it is you don't like it. Okay, all right. I'll go back to the drawing board.
No, it's like one of those like nicknames from one of those childhood
Right.
schoolyard nickname type thing.
Yeah, man. It took me a whole 13 seconds to come up with that, bro. Yeah, man. What do you think? What do you think about Mike Brown, man? This is a question I know you've been asked numerous times, bro. What do you think about Mike Brown? What he may implement with the players that he currently has on the roster?
I'm just happy to have like a new set of eyes look at
Mhm.
what we're doing. We've had a good thing going the last couple of years, but there's been no urgency to make it better. Like we had a roadmap and we just stuck to it. It's just nice that someone's looking at what we're doing and is like, hey, how can I make this better? What can we do different? Because everything can get better, and I think we just were, we were just complacent, trying to make the same thing work. And yeah, I'm just happy like we're just gonna have a new look.
Right.
A new look.
If you ever like, there's these things that like old heads used to do. There's these things called puzzles. You guys ever do those? They're like when you actually used to have to physically open a box and
Oh, you
put
talking about like the
pieces on the
300
table.
pieces?
Yeah,
Yeah, I love those.
My grandmother was a G. She did the 1,000-piece one. She did the big ones.
Bro.
So, to me, when you're dealing with a team like this, or any team really, it's just like, Fritz said, it's not like you have to be Albert Einstein and look at all the pieces and, yep, I got to put the board together in 2 seconds. Like, you're looking at it, you get the corners and things going, and
right,
it's starting to look like something. But then, like, you're just stuck on some piece. Like, I just can't get. But then a new set of eyes comes along. They're like, oh, hey, look over here. Over here. It's the same thing. Like with Mike Brown.
right.
He's what Fritz said. He's a new set of eyes. He's going to keep putting together the puzzle. I'll give Tibbs credit. He did the easy part. He found the corner pieces, and the corner pieces were found while he was here, and he lined them up, and he got all the outside pieces, and now the meat and potatoes in the middle got to get worked on.
Right,
and that's where I think Mike Brown comes in. So,
you know what I want to?
Oh, go ahead, bro.
Just real quick, I don't know if you guys remember, like old school basketball, when guys used to get screened, you would see like the smaller guard or the smaller player boxing them out at the 3-point line. Like that is a key thing I think we should try to implement with Brunson. Because if Brunson gets screened and he's boxing out the guy and we get a steal, he could beeline it down the court even faster. That's what I was talking about, where I think that Mike Brown is going to teach them little things like that. Like, and a lot of people are like, oh, what do you mean box out? Everyone knows how to box out. Not really. Just because you got your footing in position or your back is out doesn't mean nothing. Elbow position, if your arms are locked out as opposed to it being bent, you can't, like, if my elbow's like this, you're not moving that. But if my arm's like that, fully extended, you can move it. Like little tricks like that, I think is going to help us out a lot.
Well, I don't think it's going to be like a teaching situation. Like all these guys in the league know they're supposed to do that and how to do it. It's just going to be a reinforcing, your fundamentals, guys. Come on, man. We're getting away from. We all know this. It's like refocusing everybody on those little things. How many times do we watch the playback TV together and we get mad when from the 5 or 8 feet away, if a guy just boxes out the nearest man, we get the ball back. But here it is. It's those little things. The whole, the footwork stuff, and just taking that extra pivot before you do your outlet pass. Don't get your body all twisted. Don't leave your feet when you're throwing a pass.
Right.
Josh Hart. You know,
Yeah.
like just stuff like that, man. It's like,
Always go for the head fakes. Just keeping your hands up and standing there sometimes work a lot better than you falling for the fake.
Right.
Stuff
Like
like
stay
that.
keeping your feet against SGA and Brunson type scars.
right.
Because
Yes.
Brunson, they live and die off of you um, putting yourself out of position to
Right.
contest the shot. They
Yeah.
live by that, bro.
And I can see when you're going against these quick trigger guys that just have such a quick release, like, the Currys of the world, and they're, that they rarely, not that they rarely head fake, but you almost have to react to their head fake. Most of the time, that's a shot, quick shot.
Yeah.
So I get why it happens. It's just, but yeah, and that's something that was always mentioned, and you mentioned it before, Freezy, when we were first recruiting Mike Brown. Um, they showed things about how he likes to practice like little things and reminding of the things like we're talking about.
Right.
Like, so I'm liking that. I hope that refocusing does happen.
Right.
Because they all, they know they need that. So, like, I've seen Cat interviews, and when he's talked about it himself, like, I got to do better with the fouling stuff. I know better, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes it might take someone like, like Mike Brown or one of the other guys on the staff or to really, knock it home to him.
Right.
So we'll see. Because, I'm sure he's been told 100 times, like, come on, man, we need you, man. You can't have you doing that crap in the beginning of the game, man. I gotta sit you down. You were just heating up too. Like, what the hell? It's like, I know, coach. But
Yeah.
and you gotta know when you don't get the whistles already, or they call ticky tack crap on you. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing through blue and orange glasses, but I don't see him do anything extra or more on pivots and spin arounds like towards the rim on layups. They call him on that offensive like elbow stuff. Sometimes he kind of, but dude, he's a freaking 7 foot, 260-pound man, athlete. Like, a nudge from him is like, it's a lot.
It's a volcano explosion.
Yeah, it's like Mount Everest.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw because Carmelo Anthony's a big dude.
Yeah, Carmelo was huge.
Bro, when Cat went on his show, he made Melo look small, bro.
Yeah.
But that's catch some of his moves. That would be pretty dope. Like how to get to your spot, how to actually use your body in a way to where it's not as, like you said, he's a big dude and he's strong. But I think Melo can kind of show him some pointers as well. Like that would be dope.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I saw him do some work, and he's leaner than I thought. He's not as chubby. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. The rib pad make everybody look fat, bro.
Yeah, like at first I was like,
underneath the jersey,
saying how he was chubby, he wasn't moving good. And I'm like, bro, you have a size 22 foot and run up and down a court. See what you look like.
Yeah, his feet are what makes him awkward. Like, he's like plodding around. That's what makes him awkward. Like he's not huge.
Yeah.
So I think especially when we have three, especially when we have Mitch, OG, and Mikhail, who all play the lanes really well. Like, there's no reason why Brunson and Cat can't just be chilling out and playing as their own little zone and let those other three just work their magic, bro.
Right. Yeah.
Like almost like a 1-3-1 zone. Like let Cat just kind of chill out by the rim. Let Mitch be that mid one. Have OG and McHale on the wings.
Right.
You know, and just let Brunson hang out up top and get in their way a little bit and take a charge or two. You know, it ain't like he's got to be gang busting. And then if someone dribbles by Brunson, well, look who's there, Mitch.
Johnny on the spot. Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not saying they're just going to call it 1-3-1 zone, but there's always modifications to it. You know.
Right.
But yeah, man, I think that. Did you see some of that footage of Tyler Kolek and Clarkson 1v1ing?
Yeah, I'm still, bro.
I just like their. I understand it's just practice and they're not like gangbuster defending, but they're making some difficult shots, bro.
Coach, my thing though, I feel you, right? And I don't want to be Debbie Downer, but when we see him in the open gym and all this stuff, man, these players look fantastic. But when we saw him in summer league,
I know.
You know what I'm saying? And listen, I don't want to like poop on the party. You know me. You know I want the dude to do well, bro. But bruh, I mean,
he was getting pushed around.
Like you took a humongous step in development in 5 weeks. I got to see it with my own eyes, bro. Like, no disrespect to Tyler Kolek.
I don't believe in that 1v1 stuff because there's 5 players on the court at all times. That's how the game is played. And
well, no,
even
they had I'm sorry, they had trainers and coaches standing like doing screens and stuff.
No, but this in 1v1 or how they are in practice, I'm like, it's practice and your mentality is not to go as hard. It's meant to see. So for me, it's like I want to see him do this in the game. Like when we was watching him in summer league, I was talking about his dribbling. I'm like, what happened to him? He used to dribble high. He used to be able to control the ball. You see him in summer league, he's slouching down. He's playing lower. Like you don't have a first step. That takes away from when you play low like that. That means you have a good first step. He doesn't have that. He has a good spin move. He has good basic footwork. We need to use that. But when I see him play like different types of ways, that's one, not even close to what Brunson's been doing because Brunson has a first step. Brunson gets 1, 2, 3 to the spot. And he can even go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and get to where he needs to get to. Tyler Kolek has the ability to slow it down like Brunson. But when I see him try to put it all together, it just looks confusing. I think Kolek got a lot of potential. It's just, for me, I don't know if he's going to be who we really think he is. Because last year he showed us a really good possession. The way he would dribble a ball, I liked it because it was some things he would do with like Stockton next where he would come in the basket, stay under there, wait for the play to set up, kick back out. Like he would do a lot of good things, but I haven't seen it this year.
I mean, he was definitely better the last 2 summer league games. I'm just being real.
Yeah.
And maybe it's me trying to be optimistic. You know, the first 2 games he was straight poo. And especially it's one thing to not make shots and get pushed off your dribble and make someone pick up your dribble. You know, those things annoy me enough. But the worst part was his decision making was just elementary school level, bro. Like he was throwing like throwaway passes and some
like
weird
he'd even
ones.
cross half court and he's trying to throw it like a certain type of pass. I'm like, why would you do that from there? Move closer. Like he's intelligent enough to know that.
Have you seen that footage, Freezy?
Yeah. I'm not really that.
I don't know, bro. I don't care if you're on somebody or someone's not on you or someone's barely on you. He looked pretty damn good. Some of them shot. I mean, those were some tough shots, bro. I don't care who you are.
I'm not, coach. I understand what you're saying, man. But as a Knicks fan, I've been through the summertime workout video rigmarole all the way back to Ramon Sessions and Frank Ntilikina.
Oh my God! Why'd you say
You,
Sessions?
you know what I'm saying? Like
You talking
legit.
about Mitch shooting free throws?
No, but that
Oh
wasn't.
no, Mitch
No,
from three is what I'm talking about.
no, yeah, that footage is different than Mitch doing spin moves and between the legs and shooting threes. You know, like they were actually doing some functional. You know,
Stuff you actually see him do on the
yeah.
court.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that my old people? I became Drake. Hey, buddy.
What's
How you
up, bro?
doing?
Yeah, man.
Long
Hey, I'm
time no see.
excited that Dre. I'm excited that you came out of that
What's up, Dre?
that New York Mets, whatever it is
We
that
don't
we're all
acknowledge that team
malaise.
for now, man. We don't.
Bro, I gotta move this way to cover that logo, bro.
You're a
Yeah,
smart man.
Killing me.
Hey, man, I love the Mets.
And
You know what's crazy?
Best
As
believe
bad as they
Atlanta.
doing, they still
Best believe
still over
Atlanta is
500.
ready to sweep the leg this weekend.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yep. They're waiting, bro.
They want to end our season right now,
Oh God.
and we never win there. Even when they stink, we don't win there.
I'm so frustrated, bro.
Frustration is not even the word.
I know, man. I'm so frustrated, bro. Like
The Mets,
legitimately.
I
The
seen the Mets.
Nationals, bro. Man, come on, man.
Bro, it's it's like the same pattern with this team, bro.
I blame Jose Reyes.
It's like every year, it's like there's so much promise and hope, and all of a sudden, either injuries or batting slumps or pitching slumps. They can never put it all together.
I know, man.
Tired of it.
It's
And then when they do have it all together, they get the two best players hurt or some crap. I don't even want them to say that word because they're actually kind of healthy right now. That's what drives me nuts. The hitting coach needs to be fired. Period.
It's big.
You must be dating somebody, bro.
Bro, when your top batters in the 260s, bro, that's fireable.
Yeah.
That's like your highest score or highest field goal percentage guys at 38% in the NBA. or something.
I promise you, bro, it's the same feeling, bro.
God. I didn't even, to be honest with you, I didn't even look at the game tonight.
Oh, I got it. He made me a believer. I loved Mike Piazza. I still got his jersey, like the authentic.
Like, that just shows how good we were for so long this year. This
Bro,
falling.
they gotta play swaggy. You can't, bro. You gotta play swaggy, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't be jerking around dudes and expect them to get in a rhythm, bro. You gotta let these dudes play. You using like he legit is using 4 dudes as super utility guys, like Beatty, Vientos, Mauricio, and McNeil, all as super utility guys, bro. Put them in one spot and let them get in a groove. Y'all know y'all like the Isley Brothers, bro. Hey, Fritz, you like the Isley Brothers, bro? They got a song "Groove with You" or something. The Yacht Rock. You ever heard of
Legendary.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say "Fight the Power."
Nah, the Isley Brothers are Yacht Rock, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they also had "Fight the Power."
They alright, bro. They are the Quentin Grimes of R&B music, bro.
Oh my God!
I went.
Don't you
As his
start going
grandson.
there.
No, I'm just saying as a matter of fact. I don't want it to be a talking point.
Saying the Isley brothers are a ham sandwich.
Bro, they ham sandwiches, bro. Why we always got to go there? I'm just saying, like, let these young Mets get in the groove, man.
Mendoza Thibodeau,
Yeah, man.
Carlos Thibodeau.
Yep.
I can't even blame him. At a certain point, the players gotta
Yeah, I know. I
execute.
agree.
At a certain point, it's just like you put a guy out there and they don't know how to succeed. Then what can you do? Like, we paid a whole lot of money for these guys.
Nemo's
Can't
neck
put
is
it on
still messed
Mendoza if
up.
these guys decide to not hit.
Nemo's
Like Mendoza is not the one out there telling them not to pitch more than 4 innings. Like, to collapse after 4 1/3 every single game.
Bro, if you're Juan Soto and you have a 2-0 count, you can't stand there with the red light and not match the first strike you see, bro. I understand he likes to walk. I understand that's him. But 2-0, and you know the pitcher's throwing you a fastball down the middle of the plate, and you're going to take it. I'm regretting Juan Soto already, bro.
Really?
what?
Yep, and I understand he's 27 and he's got 31 home runs. I understand all that.
And how Kolick is going to be. Look, the reason why I say I don't care is because one-on-one is good for the mind to let you see what you're doing, but it doesn't affect you until you incorporate it into your style of play. That's all I'm saying. Until we see it in the actual game, it's nothing. I think that Kolick has a lot of potential. Has he made improvements? Yes, but he also stepped back. But one-on-one coverage to me, or him being a 2-on-1 drills, like it's not a game. It's not. Nah. He's developing is basically what I'm saying. And you won't see what he's gonna do in the game until he's playing. I don't think Kolick doing one-on-one with Clarkson is actually helping his game. It's just showing him things.
Right.
Sorry, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go on a rant there.
No, man, that ain't no rant. We good. We good. I like Tyler Kolick, bro. I ain't gonna front. Y'all know I
Yeah.
like Tyler Kolick, man. I just need to see something from my
How
guy.
much has Tyler Kolick played with the starters and rotation guys?
Not
None.
much.
Exactly. I mean, come on, man.
He played and then we didn't see him for a while. Then he came in on injuries because he remember he started like early in the season. I seen him in like 5 games, and then we didn't see him until we were forced to start. What's his name? Was it Shamit? Yeah, we had to start Shamit through the injury because Brunson was out, McBride was hurt, and then he came in. So I don't think we really saw more than like 15 games of him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even saying the amount of games. It's just you can't.
What?
The perfect example is this. You remember the Cam Reddish?
Yeah, I was in it. I'm still in it.
I was there too. When he was just thrown in here and there, I'm like, just let him start, let him play. And like he played with everybody in the flow of the game with the stars, and he had, great moments, and he started looking like something. And then it stopped again.
Bro, but coach, I you know what? I'm with you, but that Dallas, remember that Saturday Dallas game where he let Dre, what's the center from Dallas, the one he traded away, the white one, Maxi Keebler, is that his name?
Maxi Keeber.
When
Kleber.
yeah, when
The
he
Kleber elf.
He let Cam Reddish let that man grab a 1 foot rebound off the rim. No big deal, right? But to let Maxi Kiba drive all 94 foot and dunk and Cam Reddish not even try to stop the ball. But
Yeah,
we
no,
talking about
that's
Maxi Kleba, right? Grab a rebound like a 1 foot rebound, no big deal. Lay up off the rim, he grab it. He like 7 foot anyway. But to
right.
let that man drive the length of the floor while you're in a losing streak and go down the other end and dunk and Tibbs call that timeout. When he took Cam Reddish out of the game off that, you know Cam Reddish never played another minute as a Knick,
Yeah.
right? Y'all know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was done.
And whether it was too harsh or the last straw for Tibbs or whatever it was, we wouldn't have never known that unless he played,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So this is a growing pain that one of these, young guys are going to have to go through. We're either going to find a diamond in the rough out of one of these, or we're going to find out they're all dumpster trash, bro, and get rid of their ass. But you don't just let them brew on the bench and not know either way, and
Indeed.
think
Yeah.
because they messed around at 75% effort practice a little bit, if they're good enough or ready enough to play in a damn NBA game, get the hell out of here. You can't. Let them play in a game with real talent, not with the other bums.
I like Tyler Kolek, bro. I just want to say it with my chest. I like Tyler Kolek.
Yeah.
But just like all the other young players we have, like I don't want to inflate their whatever.
Kolek is NBA young. He ain't young for NBA players though. Like
Right. Yeah, like Deuce was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kolek is pushing 25.
Yeah.
So
And dude, whether he makes the right decisions or not, or isn't NBA strong enough yet, or whatever the hell, he's definitely NBA level vision, and he can dribble up the court.
Yeah.
He moves. He's scrappy and tough enough to bring the ball up the court quick. If that's the assignment he's given.
I'm not necessarily all the way inclined to believe that because he was struggling with pressure from summer league players.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
but you got to remember he was still in the vein of who's old methods. Okay, he was the only one bringing the ball up the court. I didn't see any other player flashing up next to him. Huh?
That's fair.
The same with Brunson. You can say, "Oh, I've never seen Brunson just sprint up the court with the ball," because his coach didn't want him to.
Right.
It wasn't their style. Jalen Brunson is more athletic than we give him credit for. I'll tell you that. That dude is an elite athlete. And any dummy that says he isn't is a dummy. Any guy that can be 6'1", 6'2" in the league and bully other grown-ass professionals and get points on anybody, whether it's a big, a little, he gets his shots off on everybody. Yeah. And yes, he's crafty, but dude, he's an athlete. He may not have that straight line boom, like De'Aaron Fox speed or one of the Thompson twins speed or anything, but he can get from point A to point D just quick enough.
Right.
His speed with the ball in his hand is just fine. It's just a mindset and a focus that the new regime has to instill. He was in an ISO walk up the court style with Luka in Dallas, and then he came into that here. It doesn't mean that is what Brunson's stuck at doing. Last I checked at Villanova, he didn't just walk the ball up all the time.
Nah, they had other ball handlers there with him too, though.
Yeah, they were like they were like an amoeba team. They had like
Everybody, they were like in that new role 5 out.
the positionless basketball. Like
Yeah.
they had like 4 guards and a freaking
And
jumbo wing.
and Amari Spellman,
Yeah, and a jumbo wing.
Grown adults.
Or Pascal, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
You know, like that's he can definitely do it. It's just
And then plus Dante's arrival was like the sauce that they needed too. So
that's everyone misses all the other stuff that he's so tough and he's scrappy and he's New York and this and his shooting. The part I missed was what you're talking about, like his ass will get up the court with the ball. You know, like that to me was the attribute I miss most, you know, for our team. Don't get me wrong, I like the other stuff too, but
right.
I really do think, and other people might think differently, Cole's going to do a lot. I mean, Clarkson's going to do a lot more than that than y'all. Maybe not y'all, but whoever's not thinking Clarkson's going to bring that ball up just fine and quickly. Now he might jack a shot or two, you know, right away, but he might also pass to someone pretty quick too.
I like the idea of Clarkson as the backup primary ball handler for this team.
Right.
Now, not ideally if we're doing a custom build from scratch. I don't know if I would put Clarkson in that role. But for this team, where you don't have 3 guys off the bench that can score consistently, like having Clarkson there as a certified bucket getter to me has always been the missing piece. If we had Jordan Clarkson last year with Cameron Payne, I think we're having a totally different conversation right now in this moment.
Yeah, because if you look at the other teams in the NBA, especially the playoff teams, a lot of even the Pacers and the Thunder, especially like most of the higher level playoff teams, you would see their top bench scorer was like a different guy every night for some of these teams.
Right.
You know, like the Pacers, sometimes it was Mathurin, sometimes it was, you know, even
TJ.
Yeah, McConnell, or sometimes it was Obi, you know. Like, so same with the Thunder, but they're 100 backups they got. They all played. You never know who's going to be there. You know, yeah, Caruso was awesome. There was some games he scored 20 points, then some games he scored 3. You know,
right? Yeah.
But with us, who really exploded off the bench ever? I mean, the only big scoring off the bench we ever really got, and like Deuce's.
It's like a random game where Deuce gets hot from 3. That's about it.
And like Deuce, most of his better outputs this year is the games he started. Like the games he actually came off the bench, he wasn't like this lights out scorer. I mean, besides him, I'd like to see that stat. Like how little. Like how many under double-digit points a game guys do we have that were on the bench that like never scored 10?
Right. And it's intriguing to me because you would think in this era of NBA basketball, guys would relish the opportunity to go in there and get popped up. You know what I'm saying?
Like Cam tried to score 10 all the time. But he didn't. Sometimes he'd get that 10 or 14, but then sometimes he'd miss a bunch.
Yeah.
Then you wouldn't see him.
He'll be 1 for 8, and then you don't see him for the rest of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that was Tibbs' fault. He ain't let him.
I
Really.
wouldn't blame him for that, man. He wasn't that good.
Oh, here we go. So him being 40% from pull-up threes and him also being off of screens, he was more effective, but didn't get playing time or get those plays.
Yeah.
He wasn't good. Gotcha.
Brother, he was trash in the playoffs for most of the
He was
playoffs.
trash at the end of the season, bro.
He
He
didn't
was
play
Yeah.
the last 20 games. Okay.
he was great the
Look,
first 2 months, and
Yeah.
then it fell off.
here's the thing. What you have to do when you're a coach, all right, and you run a team, you can't decide to shut it down with some guys and then turn a switch and hope they're back to what they were earlier when they were playing more often.
Thank
Like-
you.
Like even though they're professionals and you like to hope and think, they can turn it on, the drop of a hat, like Vinnie Johnson or Jamal Crawford, guys that can just come in and they're instant off, But you know why those guys are instant offense? Because they knew every game they're gumming in and they're playing 25, 30 minutes. So they're in the groove. They're in the game. Cam and some of them other Shamit and some of them. Well, I might play 12 minutes. I might play one. I'll play it all. It's like you can't function like that as a bench player in this league.
Nah.
And it's not like it'd be different if we already had Clarkson and Yabusele and even Hart on the bench. I can expect Shamit and Cam Payne have inconsistent minutes. But after Deuce, who was it?
I know, man.
It was nobody. It was like, what are we doing here?
Right.
So you can't get, especially when most of your offense in games is shooting, you got to shoot. It's a rhythm thing. You got to play all the time.
I think there was a serious lack of creativity but you know what though? I promised myself I would stop reflecting on the Tibbs era.
Yeah.
Right. Because and then this is just me. I'm not saying that y'all shouldn't. But when I think back to the Tibbs offensive era, I think about how handcuffed we were at times because we were like prisoners of a moment, as opposed to thinking about long-term development. Like when Landry Shamet was out, bro, I honestly think one of those young kids should have been playing significant minutes.
Yeah.
And I know everybody won't agree. It's just my thought on it. Like when Landry Shamet was out, he should have at least been playing Pakam Dadier or somebody, because a lot of those games we lost, we were going to lose anyway, right? Like we were going to lose anyway.
Exactly. You ain't expecting your 10th guy off the bench to help push you over the edge for victory.
Right.
You might as well play some young guys to get them the experience and see maybe you might find something in the meantime.
Right.
That's why I was trying to say, like, bro, I'm not saying you could put Cowboy Bob out there with Cat.
Cowboy Bob can shoot though.
Yep,
Boy,
I'm a lefty, bro.
You
Left-handed
put
can shoot.
Cowboy Bob out there with Cat, Brunson, and all them, all the starters, OG and McHale. And yeah, he might get exposed a few times, but Bob's going to look the best he's ever looked playing with them other guys because he's always going to be open. I mean, but when he can feel comfortable, the people he's passing to are going to be really good and do something with the ball. He can feel like when he cuts or does something, those other guys are going to know to find him. He's going to know when he's playing defense, like these other guys know what they're doing. Your level of play goes up. So that's the same mentality for me, like with Kolek played with all those guys, or Dadier played with all those guys. I'm not saying they would have been the answer, but they would have been just fine playing with all our other four guys. And that's when Kolek's playing in summer league. Who the hell are you worried about? Kolek.
Yeah.
So they're treating Kolek like Brunson in summer league because he's the main focus. Like, we gotta stop this Kolek kid. You know what I'm saying? And who's gonna save us behind? Friggin' Beauchamp or McCullough? Or
let me ask you this: how do y'all feel about Dink Pate?
I think he's an interesting prospect. I think he's a ways away. I think he's a year away from.
Yeah, he's raw.
I like the idea of Dink Pate, bro.
I like him too. I think he gets it. Like, I like when he came in the summer league. Like, he tried to outwork everybody, and like intentionally was like, "I'm D94 feet." You know what I mean? Like, he wants to impress the coach. Like,
guys, they gave away for anyone that says we gave away our bench. We gave away Bogey. He doesn't even play in the NBA. The only player we gave away is actually, you want to keep it a buck. Every player we traded for Bridges is not playing in the NBA right now and isn't even in the NBA yet. So we basically turned those picks and a guy that doesn't play anymore into Bridges.
That's not bad.
Like, to me, if you're a competitive team and we're committing to our four core guys we have right now so far, to be continued with Mitch and Harder, and they're going to be in that conversation too. I hope so. I like the guys, but maybe business decisions might need to be made, whatever. But when you're going to have those four guys these next 4 years, that pick, those picks we're giving away is going to be the maximum 27th pick, 26th, 28th pick,
Yeah.
You know how many guys in the late 20s aren't even in the NBA right now? They get picked in the late 20s. I mean, we got guys that barely played from down there. So to me, I think today's NBA, the way there's two ways. There's no middle ground. It seems like it's either you tank and get lucky and get a generational talent in the first 1, 2, 3 picks, or you just say, screw it. We're going to get one of these second round gems that happen. Because it seems like everything in the middle is just so, who the hell knows what happens in there.
Right.
It just, because I mean, like I said, look at the Jokic's and the Brunsons. I mean, there's second round picks. And I think the Knicks have they feel the value in the second round comparative to, because you have to pay first rounders a lot more.
Yeah.
For a maybe.
Oh, you talking to the right crowd now, bro. You talking about salary cap?
Yeah.
Oh, you talking to the right crowd now, man.
Yeah. So, like, second rounders, I mean, to me, all the surprising, fun young guys in the NBA, during this whole offseason, when I was looking at little low paid like trade opportunities for young guys, I would see so many players like, oh, this kid looks good. And second round, 47th pick. I'd see another one, second round, 53rd pick, undrafted. Like, they're all over the place.
Right. just really quick, man. I don't want to interrupt you with a thing. I want to point out something that Nick Yak said because I feel you on you. I want to stay right there with you. I want to say this though. When Nick Yak says Game One Pacers bench, McBride, Shamet, Mitch got us an 18-point lead with 8 minutes to go, and Tibbs pulled them during the timeout. And so Nick Yak, to that point, this is the reason why I'm saying the Knicks right now in this moment could be the three-time defending NBA champions. And not because of that one moment, but because of 15 to 20 moments just like that over the last three playoffs.
Yeah.
Like when Tibbs took out Randall and Jalen Brunson and put in Miles McBride and Obi Toppin in that Miami series, and you saw Dre. You remember we talked about that? We talked about that ad nauseum. Remember when it happened? I don't know
Yeah.
if Dre remember that, but when that happened, bro, you have an 8-point lead, and before Jalen Brunson can legit put the towel on his neck, we're down 7 in Miami.
Hey,
Like,
but you know what it is, right?
when he was cooking.
Tibbs took out Brunson and Randall out at the same
at
time.
the same time, knowing you were struggling
The
offensively.
only two guys that can score.
Yep. And it's not just isolated to that Miami series, right? If you remember the Indiana series when we were up 2-0 against Indiana, with I think it was like it's like a 13-point lead, but like 6 minutes to go or something crazy. And instead of looking like, hey man, we have this huge lead, we're coming down the stretch. Jalen Brunson had a sprained foot. Y'all remember when Jalen Brunson had the sprained right foot in the playoffs in the Indiana series? Instead of sitting Brunson and bringing in defense because time and score was on your side, he saw Carlisle go to a spread offense to isolate our defenders, and instead of matching that with defense, he kept giving the ball to Brunson. And then in games, what was it, game 6 in Indiana? Coach, what game was that when Alec Burks and Dante DiVincenzo got scorching hot at the same time? Was that game 7? Did we lose a game 7 to Indiana?
It was game 7.
When Dante DiVincenzo and
Against the
Alec
Pacers,
Burks,
it was game 7.
Yeah.
White hot at the same time. Dante makes a 3, Indiana calls a timeout, and then you see Deuce and Brunson come back in the game. And Deuce was hurt with an ankle injury. Remember, we were talking about why can't Deuce stay in front of TJ McConnell? We didn't know Deuce had an ankle injury.
Brunson's hand was already messed up.
Right, and Brunson still had the same sprained right foot.
Yeah.
No, Brunson didn't mess up his hand until the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, into the third quarter when we were already blown out, when we were already losing in that game 7.
No, but I thought he just made it worse and aggravated at that time. I thought
he broke it. He
broke it swiping
he broke
in.
it on that play.
He broke it swiping in, trying to strip the ball off a layup.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember. Yeah, I remember that now.
And he in a chase down situation on a sprained right foot. Right, like all these things, all these micro decisions. Like we're sitting here today thinking about how sweet it's going to be June 2026 when we win the championship, when we should already be at least one-time NBA champs. At least.
It's a game of inches.
Right? But, and I appreciate Nick Yak for I appreciate that, man, because at times we forget the pain that we go through as Knicks fans as we watch the cookie crumble in front of our face, right? And I like cookies, man. I like cookies and vanilla ice cream. Coach, you like warm cookies and vanilla ice cream, man?
I love cookies.
Yeah, I'm a big bag, bro. Big bag. But hey, Coach, if you can continue your point, man, I'm sorry for interrupting. I just needed to interject that because it's like this pain that I be feeling like as not only as a Knicks fan, but as somebody as a purveyor that's out here to make other Knicks fans fandom better. I feel like this pain of sorrow for Knicks fans that have to go through calamity and then not understand it. I guess I think coach might be having an internet issue.
Yeah.
So because I saw him buff a couple of times, but
He'll be right back.
yeah,
But
after these messages.
to answer to your question, because you asked coaches, it feels like if it ain't one thing, it's another. And if we would have gotten by those rounds, Tibbs would have screwed it up with a bad decision at some point. So,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like at a certain point, the higher you go up, the higher the stakes, the less margin for error you have.
right.
You know what's crazy? The amount of mistakes you point out, Dre, Tibbs to me was still successful. I'm just saying
He's
because
not a bad coach. He's just
with all these flows, we got to the Eastern Conference Finals. That
I
to
put
me
that on the
alone.
players.
No, it has to be a combination of both because the coach can only get you both so far until the players push you over the top. So the players
Okay.
had to believe in something that he was giving. Plus, last year we was having injuries just like we had every other year, and
Yep.
he was still able to perform. And everyone says, "Oh, we had a weak bench," but I do remember our weak bench, and as bad as it was, we scored 50 points. We had the potential, but we also were dealing with injuries. Guys had to get back into
I'm
groove.
not trying to hear that injury excuse.
I'm not saying make okay. Like for example, McBride. McBride was coming in. You could see when he was coming in, he was having issues at some points. I think McBride missed like. Nah, I don't think it was 20 games. I think it was like 12 games. I'm not
I
sure.
mean, Brian missed a lot of time last year, bro.
Yeah, like a lot of our guys that we were depending on wasn't there, and we was. I think that's the risk that we take when we had him. But now with Brown, Mike Brown just gonna be like, yo, next man up, next man up, next man up. And I think that's gonna be good confidence for these guys because they know, hey, if this person's slacking, I could get an opportunity, as opposed to where Tibbs, another negative point, he just sticks to his 7 guys or 8 guys. But I think the value of us having like a 13-man rotation. I wanted to ask Fritz about McCullers, why we ain't signed him yet. But
Did you say a 13-man rotation?
yeah, we got 13 players that I think can actually contribute to this team. Like 13 guys that are really you got the starting five, you got the bench, and then you got the like I said earlier, you had the there's gonna be Brunson. For me it would be Brunson, Packham, OG, Bridges, and Cat starting five. Backup should be Clarkson, McBride, Yabusele, Josh Hart, and Mitchell. And then you have the other players in Tyler Kolek, Ariel, and then McCullers. Those are 13 right there. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying.
No,
Like
no
I,
team plays a 13-man rotation.
I'm
Yeah.
not saying you have to do it every. You're not gonna use all those players at once, but you can use sometimes. Like, hey, this game you can use this player. This player you can use that game. I know what you're saying, Dre. I'm not saying you use all 13 players a game for 82 games throughout the season. All I'm saying is we have the availability now as opposed to the previous years where injuries or players weren't playing the way they needed to play. Now we have the potential to be like, all right, we don't have to rely so heavily on the front end of our starting five. We could actually give them pace to make it through the season. So for me, I'm not saying we're going to use all 13 people each game, but maybe here and there we could give Brunson like a little rest. Like, hey, yesterday he played 35 minutes. Today we can let him work like 30 minutes, let him rest a little bit, and get some of these young guys in. That's all I'm saying. We have that option.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're counting the situational guys.
hmm Because
Okay.
I think in this system, the way the system Mike Brown has, it's to me, it's like it all looks the same but it's just different names. Like what I mean, like the place he would run for Fox that he did in San Antonio, the way he runs plays for Fox and Sabonis.
In
I
Sacramento.
Sacramento, yeah, thank you. He's gonna play the same way he's gonna do with Brunson and Cat. But because of their skill set, you can get more out of it. Like Sabonis doesn't shoot the three like Cat does. So it's the same system, but you're gonna get more from it because Cat can now shoot the three as well as drive, where Sabonis didn't. Or like I was saying earlier, when Fox would get his screens, he had to create separation. Brunson got that side to side movement to where he get that screen, he gonna get his spacing regardless, because you can't stay in front of Brunson as often. I think Fox isn't as good as Brunson is as far as one. Like if you're staying in front of someone, you're not gonna stay in front of Brunson better than you can against Fox. So for me, I think that these little advantages are gonna help us. That's all I'm trying to say. It's gonna be like, okay, Ariel, come in. We need you to set a screen for Brunson or Clarkson, and it's a pick and roll. Same play that we would use for Mitch. Or it'll be the players will be more comfortable because their roles will be more defined than it was with Tibbs. Tibbs will just roll the ball out there like you know what you're doing. What was that?
I'm
I,
listening, bro.
Oh, my fault. No, I just think that the roles now with the bench and everything will be more defined to where you know what you got to do. You're gonna be ready to go and be like, all right, they need me here for rebounds and push the tempo. They need me here for defense. Where Tibbs will be like, yo, figure it out. Oh, you messed up. Get out. Let's go. Let's bring back the regular guys. So it's gonna be way more growth, and I think we're gonna see a collection of our players playing a lot better, and our efficiency is gonna go up like as a team, like our numbers are probably going to be like 48% from the field as a team. We're probably going to be like as a team at 3 pointers, maybe like 39 or 41%. Like that's what I see us doing, but it's going to be consistent to where we're not shooting 35 times a game. We're shooting like maybe 25 3 pointers, and we're doing consistently out of that. That's what I think. So it'll be even, like the workload will be spread out evenly throughout the team, but it'll still be successful because everybody can eat. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I can't argue. Can't argue that. Can't
As I
argue.
told you, I love Brown. I love that man to death. But the thing is, it's like it's New York, man. We don't like as like I said. You point out a lot of things that Tibbs did wrong. He was successful here, and if he can do it with all his mistakes, and Brown comes and he doesn't, I just feel like that's not fair. We got to give him at least a year or two because we had patience with Tibbs. We gave Tibbs 5 years and he was successful. I think we
I
should
mean, see,
give.
that's what I'm gonna disagree at. So the thing with Tom Thibodeau, we had zero patience with him, and
Yeah,
it's
after
and
year
listen,
one.
and it's not because we expected to win a championship. It was because he was doing dumb stuff at the beginning that we couldn't, as basketball purists, we couldn't understand. Like for instance, why would you cut Alfred Payton and then sign him back and bring him as a and have him be the starter? You remember
I forgot
Alfred
about
Payton
that.
started 2 seasons for the Knicks, right? Remember, Dre. You remember the season where Alfred Payton shoved Jay Crowder, and
Yeah,
Marcus Morris was on ESPN talking about he got feminine type tendencies. Remember
yeah,
that?
yeah,
Remember how that embarrassed the organization? It was
yeah.
so there was that season, and then the season after that, where Tibbs was the coach, and Tibbs started Alfred Payton and R.J. Barrett and Reggie Bullock in backcourts, and you're like, what about R.J. Barrett in the pick and roll do you love when it makes Alfred Payton a spot up shooter?
Yeah.
I know Dre like to see that. Dre like to see like the big ball handlers.
Tibbs had no. He didn't value spacing the way you should in 2020, whatever. So he would consistently, because this is what he would do, and even to this fault this year, Cat spent like 95% of his minutes next to a player who couldn't shoot. So that basically neutralized Cat's superpower. The
Right.
whole point of Cat having the superpower ability to shoot is so you can put him next to guys that can either rebound at a high clip and he spaces for him, or you put him around another shooter and then there's double jeopardy and there's nothing you could do. It's just a free path to the rim. Whereas Tibbs will put 6'4" guys and 6'8" guys that can't shoot next to Cat, which allows other teams to just put their bigs on him. And now Cat is being guarded by a wing at the
Yo,
3 point line that knows how to rotate and play off of shooters,
My Wi-Fi.
thus neutralizing the whole point of getting Cat in the first
Whole
place.
shit said,
Tibbs used Cat as an excuse to play his heartstrings
yeah.
instead of as an excuse to build around his skill
Greg,
set.
you there?
What you said?
Yo,
Go ahead.
no lie, bro. Me and yo. one of the Lawrence Tears Goats, Hoodie Kev, and I were courtside for Game 3 in Atlanta, right? And we legit saw a play where Tom Thibodeau had Nerlens Noel float out to the corner three, right? And the thing about it is, we all know that Nerlens Noel can't chew bubblegum, walk, catch a basketball, shoot a basketball, or any of those two at the same time. He can't do it.
He had that
Right.
man in the corner ready to take a three, son.
But the thing is they ran the play. I think they ran the play in Game 1, and Taj Gibson was in that corner, and Taj Gibson got up a three. He didn't make it, but Taj Gibson got a good look out of it. Right, getting good looks and threatening the defense at times is just as effective as making a shot because of what it does mentally to a defense. They have to account for it. They ran the same play. Nerlens Noel was in the corner, bro, and he was screaming. We were probably Cowboy Bob. We were about from where you are to the door in the room. We were that close to Nerlens Noel in the corner, and Hoodie Kev stood up and was about to run on the floor. I had to grab him by his shirt and hold it because Kevin Knox was on the bench and Nerlens Noel was in the corner for three. So you can imagine what Hoodie Kev is thinking. Why are you running that play when he, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nerlens Noel was screaming at Julius Randle, who was getting the zombie double team. Like, look at me. I'm not doubling. I'm just distracting you.
I'm just standing in the space.
Right. And so Randle is holding the ball, waiting for somebody to come get it, right? And Nerlens Noel is open in the corner for three. Right? And you like and Hoodie Cap was like, no! Imagine somebody is in your door right now, your doorway right now, screaming at you, no! To the top of their lungs, right? Randle passes that man the ball. The ball goes through that man's hands, through his elbows, through his legs, out of bounds. The man legit never touched the basketball. And Randle basically put it in his hands. And he fumbled it. And then he turned around, turned around and looked at us and started laughing and jogging back down the floor.
Oh my God, that's so bad.
I'm like, yo, this Thibodeau thing ain't gonna work, bro. How is Nerlens Noel in the corner? They zombie double Randle, and so your answer to it is put more size on the floor. Take skill off the floor, right? Take shooting and skill off the floor and put in more size.
You know, it's the thing that's so hard-headed about Tibbs. The answers will be presented to him, and he'll only go to it when the entire season is on the line. We asked to see Randle actually play some minutes at the 5, and you decide to pull it out Game 6.
Yep.
With one possession on the line. When you never had the reps to even figure that out.
He made it seem like it was a new plan. Like he's like, I got this new play. We're gonna try Randle.
But the thing is, if y'all remember, Julius Randle was murdering Bam Adebayo all season.
Yeah.
Dre, you remember that same season Randle hit the game winner? You remember Tyler Hero hit the game winner for them, and then we came back down and they doubled Randle with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. And he bobbled the ball and threw up a prayer three, and it splashed
in the corner.
No, on the wing. It was on the. They had him pressed up against the wing, and he just got it, turned around, and got the shot off. The buzzer went off, and it splashed. And Uncle Freezy was screaming, "Is this your king?" all night long. Y'all remember that? Is this your king?
Because I was pissed to play before when Tyler Hero stole the ball. When we was inbounding the ball to Randle, Tyler Hero, I was so mad.
Tyler Hero was Tyler Hero made an amazing shot, and he was smothered. That man was smothered in the corner when Tyler Hero, he fallen away out of bounds with, I think it was RJ Barrett, like in this man's jersey, and he still hit the shot. Yep. And I'm like, if we lose this game, man, Tyler Hero hit a great shot, right? He just hit a great shot, and it was buckets too, right? And then, and with Tibbs knowing that Randle was absolutely cooking Bam Adebayo all season, in the playoffs, we like, nah, we ain't going.
Went away from it.
Yeah, we ain't gonna try none of that. That was
for no reason.
yeah. I don't know, man. And I promised myself I would wash the Tibbs stuff off of me, but
There's certain things you just can't forget.
you can't just yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, it was
It's cool though.
yeah,
We're
man.
gonna get everyone's gonna be put in the right position. I just honestly think we need time because one, we're recuperating from Tibbs. I don't care what anybody say. This is a whole new system. We're recuperating from that. And two, this is year two of new players because we added Clarkson, we've added Yabusele, like, and we're gonna try to use the younger guys as well. So it's still technically like last year, just with a new coach to me.
I
And I
would
think
I understand where you're going with it, right? I understand where you're going with it, right? I just want to say this one thing, just one other thing about the Thibodeau thing. Yeah, I remember Tom Thibodeau benched Alfred Payton in Game 4 of that series. Remember when I told you like Tom
yes,
Thibodeau always makes these um, um, calamity of micro decisions that we kind of forget about because they're isolated, but there are so many of them that if you think back to each one of them and how they impacted, because in theory, we probably should, and I know this is going to sound radical, but in theory, we probably should have benched Reggie Bullock and played Alec Burks and Derrick Rose more, right? Because Reggie Bullock, if y'all remember, Reggie Bullock was getting torched in that Atlanta series on defense,
Yep.
and his
Smoked.
offense wasn't there either, right? And then if y'all remember, also the guard that the more consistent of the two North Carolina guards that we signed, Wayne Ellington, we didn't re-sign Wayne Ellington. We kept Reggie Bullock. Remember the year before, the guards were Alfred Payton, Wayne Ellington, Reggie Bullock, some RJ Barrett, right? And some Alonzo Trier, right? But and what's the Kadeem kid? You remember the Kadeem kid, Trey?
Kadeem Allen?
Yeah, Kadeem Allen. He was number 0, right? Was that
Was he on that team? He wasn't on that team then.
no, not
I
the
don't
playoff
think so.
team. I'm talking about the year before that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he didn't make that because him, Ellington, or Trier were on that playoff team. What I'm saying is the year before that, you had these guards, you knew that there was an ineffective unit, but you didn't bring Wayne Ellington back as a vet because we signed Austin Rivers to that 3-year, $10 million deal. You remember we signed Austin Rivers? And
Yeah.
we're
Yeah,
like, yay, Austin Rivers.
Quivers, remember? Quiver.
and then change.
They called them Quivers for like a week and a
Yeah,
half.
him and quickly.
Oh God.
Quickly and Rivers backcourt, the Quivers.
Oh my
And that
God.
man used to, for some reason, he just had it out for the Utah Jazz. That man averaged like 40 points a game, or 40 points per 36. I'll say it that way, because back then when Tibbs saw you was hot, he'll just snatch you out of the game.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, so these micro decisions, bro. I'm glad Mike Brown is here. I said all of that on Cowboy Bob to say I understand where you're going with the Mike Brown thing. As fans, though, the only parallels that we have to draw to what Mike Brown will do in the future is what Tom Thibodeau did in the past, and it's not really fair to your point. You understand where I'm going with it?
So, like the things we're pointing out, Brown won't make those same mistakes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm happy. I can't wait for the season to start. I just don't want everyone to put the cart in front of the horse because now we actually have someone we can all agree that is capable of coaching this team. Like everyone's like, "Oh, Chip." Nope. We got to get past the Eastern Conference Finals first. And I think I'm not saying we have to use the whole 10-man rotation or 13-player rotation. That's not, I never said that. I'm just saying we can use these guys to where we can be like, yo, 2-minute burn here real quick. It could be enough to get us on runs because we've seen it. We've seen it. Our defense last year was highly used for 20 minutes, 10 minutes. We would have like 10 minutes of solid defense and come back from being down by 20. That's one of the things I kind of want to see if we're going to be able to still continue with that. I think our defense will be good, but are we going to have the defense to where we can rely heavy enough on it
That
and actually
shouldn't be
stop
even
us?
necessary
No, I agree
if
with
the
you because we
offense
have
is
more
running how it's
offensive.
supposed
Yeah.
to run.
Yeah, we have more offensive players and we have players that can actually, slow down the tempo, pick it up, play defense. I agree with you. I just want to see the balance of it because I've been saying this from jump. I think this bench that we had last year, and I think even now this year, the bench we have can drop about 45, 50. And McBride, Clarkson, and Yambaseli alone, like them three could get you about 35, maybe even 40. So I
You
just
mean
want to
on
see
average? You mean on average? I'm asking.
yeah, like all three of them could average like as all three of them, like all three of them together can get you probably 35 points. Like Yabusele could get you probably like 8. McBride could probably get you 10 or 12. Clarkson could get you anywhere from 14 to 20. Like I'm not trying to sit here and say, oh, we're gonna get nah. All three of them can get you about anywhere from 35 to 40 points on any given night. And then you got other people who's also there. Josh Hart can still give you 6 to 8. You also have Mitchell Robinson. Like I can see this bench being around the 40 points, and that's perfect for us, especially with the defense.
Right. Right. Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
but that's all I got. I'm just excited as hell as a Knicks fan.
That's
Telling you.
all I got too, man. I'm gonna have to. I gotta get out of here, man. 'Cause
Yeah.
these
Go
phones.
New York,
But
go New York, go.
I do want to say this though, man. It was a pleasure having Cowboy Bob back in the fold, man, to chop it up and um, to talk that talk, man. Salute to Fritz, salute to Coach. Coach came through. Salute. I can't even say salute to Dre because he's a Jets fan. So I'm trying to figure out a
Wow.
way to
We
respect
should be room for your ex quarterback Justin Fields to succeed.
Wait,
bro.
Fields is on the Jets?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, that's a heartbreaker.
They gonna the Jets are gonna draft that Manning kid out of Texas, and it's gonna
Who's
be
No. You
who
know what's
is
gonna
that?
happen. You know what's gonna happen. The Jets are gonna have the #1 pick, and the Manning family are gonna tell him, "Hey, stay back in college, just like they did Payne."
yeah, and that's gonna be so disrespectful,
But
bro.
wait, is that Peyton's son or something?
It's not
No,
his son. It's
no,
his nephew.
That's Cooper's son, I think it's.
Oh,
It's
okay,
Peyton
okay. Because I
Manning's
was like, I
nephew.
saw the Manning, and I was like, but Cooper was way more. They said Cooper was better than Eli and Peyton. So
He was more athletic, not
Yeah,
better.
he's more athletic, yeah,
okay,
but
okay.
he had a neck injury, and so he can't, you know. But hey, man, salute to Giants fans everywhere, man. Bears fans, I see y'all, man. It's gonna be a long season, bro. Giants fans, Jets fans, Bears fans, man, buckle up, man. Just get ready to hear talk about the Buffalo Bills and Detroit Lions and Philadelphia Eagles and Dallas Cowboys all year long. It's going to be a rock and I shoe, but you know, just
But we didn't lose the game yet, so there's hope.
we're undefeated, baby.
Yep.
We're undefeated. We're undefeated. Hey, just real quick, I wanted to get y'all opinion on something real quick before I get out of here. Yo, why is Superman on streaming so fast?
To recover money from the film. But every movies don't stay in movies don't stay in the theaters as long anymore. Like
Yeah.
movies are in the theaters for 2 months now, and then they're out.
Not even. It's like 6 weeks.
And to be fair, these streaming services, they pay a ton of money to have them on their
Hmm.
platform because they're gonna recoup that money in subscriptions.
Yep.
So they have a bidding war over it, and it's like whoever gets it first. I think, but it's only up for like rentals right now, and then it's gonna go right into straight streaming, I believe.
Right. Yeah, man. I can't figure.
Because you remember the movie Sinners, Treasy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sinners went straight for like 2 months. It was on HBO Max.
Wow. I
In
still
like
haven't
2
seen
months.
it either, by the way.
Oh wow, bro, you need to watch that.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it then.
No, you definitely need to watch it. I think you'd be a fan.
Hey, are you still watching Star Wars?
I just finished episode 9.
Did
Wait,
you watch them all? Did you watch them in order?
Yeah. Well, in the order that they were released. Not
That's that's what I'm talking about.
yeah, I watched the original
Okay.
trilogy, then the prequel, and then after 4, 5, 6.
You
Okay.
know, I have never seen 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not a Star Wars fan, bro. I'm Star Trek.
Well, I will say the original trilogy is the best trilogy, hands down.
Yeah.
I mean, but
With Khan,
there's something to gain from the others. I like the last trilogy more than I like the quote unquote the prequel. Prequel was fine. The CGI was very rough though.
I think CGI man is kind of hit or miss. A lot of. I think
The
they
the
ask you to do too much sometimes.
yeah, but the the trilogy after the most recent trilogy was flames. It was very good, very very good.
You know, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, 789 was amazing. And now
It's
I'm
better.
about
It's
to.
better than 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it was better than 1, 2, 3.
Is that because
hmm,
of the story or just because of the special
The
effects? Though?
story and the special effects were better.
Oh, so it's overall better.
Yeah. It's a better.
Okay.
They're just better, especially number 7.
Okay. That's Phantom Menace, right?
1, 2, 3 is Phantom Menace.
Okay. Okay.
1, 2, 3 is Phantom Menace. But like, people hated it when it first came out. I heard.
Have you seen Fantastic Four yet?
Yes, I have it. It's a good movie.
Is it?
Very good.
Okay.
I don't
I give it like an 8 out of 10.
a Fantastic
Ooh.
Four that they got a new cast.
Yeah, it's a new cast.
I
That's
don't
going
like
straight
that.
to. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was just gonna say I don't like that. That's why I'm not a big fan of
I
it
mean,
anymore.
they're gonna every all the Fantastic Fours they kept putting out, they flopped, so they had to reboot it like 3 times.
Yeah.
Nah,
So
They had movies in the- where they had the thing as the guy that did the Shield. That one was pretty good. They made 2 movies off of that.
I mean, they made movies off of it, but they never like if they stuck, like if it would have stuck, there's a reason why you only think of one Captain America or one Iron Man because they stuck the landing.
Right. Yeah. But there have been plenty Captain America movies, even made for TV movies. It's
Yeah,
always whack. Captain America had always been whack until recently. So yeah. Everybody. Um, thank y'all everybody for coming through and hanging out, man. Saturday, I'm kicking it with BK Steph. I think we gonna meet somewhere in South Carolina and get some breakfast and talk about like Tom Thibodeau rotations over some pancakes or something. You know what I'm saying? So anybody trying to do the body transformation challenge thingy, man, I'm doing the carnivore diet and I think I'm down like 5 pounds in like a week. So yeah, man. So I appreciate everybody, man, coming through, hanging out. Make sure y'all check out Echoes and Essence. Like we legit have very, very, very um genuine adult conversations over there, man. Sometimes they get very deep. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have something that you feel like is helpful to the community that you're in, or our global society, or whatever it is, whether it's your neighborhood, your hood, or things global, we always have great conversations over there. If you want to add something, one of these days, I'm gonna pull Dre over there so that we can talk about conspiracy theories. Because I don't know if y'all like conspiracy theories, bro.
Not again.
I am a conspiracy theory
Not
guy.
again. With the whole Earth
Bro,
is flat and the alien thing, Dre, I can't do that with you
I'm
again.
not. I'm not a. Do not call me a flat earther, brother.
No, I
no,
wasn't
Don't
saying
do
that.
yeah,
that.
yeah. The flat Earth thing to me is just people wanting to be different,
Hmm.
right? Because all you have to do is when you let the water out the tub, see if it goes straight down the thing or see if it spirals around as it goes down, and that lets you know right there that your Earth is moving. Right, your Earth is moving, and that is called centrifugal force. Right, it
Hmm.
turns that makes that water funnel down your drain. That's all you need to see. Right, and if you don't believe that, then you just want to be different.
Just contrarian.
You're right, but I do believe though. that dinosaurs never existed.
Oh, that's what it was too. Yeah, that was. I
Chat,
remember that long
chat, I
conversation
don't
she had.
believe in dinosaurs, y'all. I don't believe it. I cannot. You can't tell
Where
me
they get them bones from?
And the
they
funny
make
thing is,
them. They
they
make
said
them.
that some of those
They make
bones
you.
aren't,
That's fair.
but some of those bones aren't even bones of the animals that they're portraying. They were saying, like some of the T Rex's bones ain't even actually from the T Rex. It's from other animals.
Not Cowboy Bob. You know, my stance on it is they put dinosaurs in museums to distract you from aliens being here.
I
Like
believe it.
in 100. Think about this. In 150 years, you went from horse and wagon traveling 10 miles a day. And think about it would take you 300 days to go from New York to California. And in 150 years, you can make that flight in 2 hours and 57 minutes.
Yup.
You saying the scrolls are here for you?
Yes, that's
Hmm.
exactly what I'm saying.
I agree with that.
That's exactly when you went from putting your food in a oven safe dish and putting aluminum foil on it and waiting 35 minutes for your food to warm up to putting it in a box and having it warmed up in 2 minutes.
Where did they get this technology from?
Yep. How do we even develop so complex as a chip for a computer? I'm like, that's intelligent.
Bro, that's all I'm saying. If you're a conspiracy theorist, echoes in essence. Hey, thank y'all for coming through and rocking with us. Cowboy Bob, it was a pleasure, man, having you back, man. Listen,
Long
man.
time, bro.
And so, oh, if you read this, hey, bet. I'm a bet. What Bodega Wi-Fi, that's my homework assignment. That's my homework assignment. I'll get back to give me a couple of weeks. Bet on that. Right? Bet. Yep, Nick, yeah, see, y'all gotta stop feeding. Y'all know how my mind work, bro. Y'all do this stuff, and I'll be thinking about it
You
all
about to
night.
have that man up all night thinking.
Up
Exactly.
all night,
He ain't
bro.
gonna be able to sleep.
And I got stuff I gotta do tomorrow, man. Anyway,
Yep.
thank y'all, man, for coming through. Peace, y'all.
Peace.